All right, let's see how that sounds when people start coming in. How is it sounding on your end, Scotty? It sounds better? Yeah. Okay. Scotty, you're... Oh, yeah, no, don't go on one. Go on to the other one. I'll delete the other one.
Yeah, it's not sounding any better, Marlon, I'm afraid.
It's not?
No difference. You know what we should maybe try here is try playing from Ableton and see if it's the live music that's the problem.
Interesting.
Because you sound fine there when there's no music playing.
Right.
How do I sound when this is playing? Okay.
I mean, to us, you sound fine. Yeah, we can hear it.
Hi.
Is it ducking? I don't hear that it's ducking.
1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2.
Yeah, but it's not stereo again though.
Mono.
Huh.
Yeah, so that's all mono.
That's really weird.
It's not something on the mixer that's been like on the master output of the mixer or something, Lamont. It's not got a mono button that's accidentally been pressed on the master output or something of the mixer.
No, he said no. You're going to restart the task cam? Okay. And then switch it back to live.
So just to make sure the stream is in stereo, am I in your left ear now? Am I in your right ear now?
To me, you're on both.
You are Mr. Mono.
Why is that then? Because that should be jumping from... So everyone's in mono.
Mono.
Why is that?
I don't know. Something changed.
Right, what's my settings? Audio. Right, I'll switch my echo cancellation. Stereo audio. Make sure I've just kind of rebooted everything again.
All right. Are you going to play it, babe?
You don't hear anything?
No, on do live, not PC.
No, but did you hear the PC?
No.
Why not?
Because you shut down the task cam when Ableton was open. So now you have to reset all the settings in the preferences. But switch over to live just to see.
Yeah, it's still the same.
Yeah, it's still the same. All right, I can't stay any longer on this
No.
group. I gotta get back inside. Put your...
It's very strange.
Yep. It's a bit weird.
So when I speak, I'm just still right up the middle if I move this hand left and right.
Yeah, you're in the middle.
So this is what the problem is. It's like it's fixed everyone in the centre rather than...
Probably some weird updates happened on Streamyard, and it's just
that's what Dyson was saying. Yeah.
You know what I mean? We might be banging our heads against a thing that we can't fix anyway.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Having issues. I'm going to wait to see what this makes. How can we help? Can't stream.
Because everything sounded great yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine yesterday.
And the thing is, it's nothing to do, because that's me now trying to pan my mixer settings so that you hear it going left and right. Like, you know, like what I'd done with Kent that other night.
Yeah.
And it's not panning my mics at all. So it's basically this whole StreamYard thing is only allowing mono streaming.
Maybe they've done an update that's fucked. You know, this is the thing with services. When they do an update, you don't install anything. You don't get the choice to not do something. They just impose their update on it. And unless they get 1,000 people going, hello, they won't fix anything.
Yeah, that's just weird. Like nothing, literally, we didn't touch anything. So it has to be StreamYard.
Yeah, I think it's StreamYard. It's a StreamYard thing. One, two. Yeah. So I should be in one ear. I mean, I am for me, but you guys should only hear me on one side.
Vicky, we've checked everything in StreamYard set to stereo for everyone that's in there, including Marlon and Lamont, Cressy, myself.
Yeah, I can set my input to be mono, so my one microphone should only come out of one ear.
Yeah.
And for me, it does, but for you, it's probably going down the centre
It's
again.
still down the centre, yeah.
Yeah, it's wrong then, isn't it? That's wrong.
Yeah, there's something going on with StreamYard that's only allowing mono. And that's exactly why it'll be ducking, is because you've got both channels going into one. It'll just be struggling with the volumes, and that'll be why all the distortion's coming, because you've basically got twice the levels going into one channel.
Yeah, you got the right going into the left and the left going into the right, and into itself as well. So makes it slightly annoying, isn't it? There you go.
It would be on popcorn night as well, eh?
Yeah.
It doesn't make any odds because we're playing music every night anyway. So
I know, but we're playing other people's music, so it'd be nice to do it. You know, what can we do?
So you think it'll happen on popcorn night too, as well, then, huh? Because it's on StreamYard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we got Scott playing music and it's mono. If I do me, I'm mono. So it's not you. It's
Ken, go and play some strings, mate, and see how stereo your strings sound if you've got any there.
Down the middle.
On
everything's
your
mono.
computer, the streaming computer you got there, Marilyn, have you checked the audio settings on it? Because I've had mine default back to mono for no reason.
We've checked all that, Ken. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what the fuck is doing
What
here?
was PSN using StreamYard?
Yes.
Any issues?
None that were pointed out.
But you're not playing music as well, huh? It's just chat.
No, they were playing videos and stuff. It all sounded pretty stereo to me, I must admit. I
How
don't know.
strange.
Wagyu says play some mono music and see if it has cancellation issues or not.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Do you want to run a stereo file and monoize it and just play it? Just to test it. I need like 30 seconds or so, don't we? To see what it's doing.
So what go into settings, audio?
No, leave your one. Let Scott just make a mono file to play.
Oh,
See
okay.
if it works. Just to test, see what's going on.
So what are we trying to do here?
Get a but if you've already got a mono piece of music, use that. If you haven't, make a mono piece. Do stereo to mono and play that and see if we get ducking still with a true mono file playing in the background. Because we don't get ducking when we talk to each other in mono, do we? So if we played a mono music file,
Right, okay.
does it still duck? Is Wagyu's question.
Right, 2 seconds.
And we're currently not in Ableton right now, Bicky.
Yeah, so it's not an Ableton thing.
Yeah,
How bizarre.
Yeah, Marilyn is saying she thinks it's StreamYard, period. Nothing has changed on our end at all.
Yeah, I definitely, because it's being replicated at Kent, Cressy, me, and you guys. It's definitely Streamyard. It's got something to do with the setup in Streamyard.
Mhm.
And now we've tried a new stream, a completely fresh link and everything. So, and it's duplicated that again. It's just basically repeating everything that happened before. So to me, it's definitely Streamyard. I think that's a given now. I think.
Yeah.
Right. So if I bounce this down in mono.
And I've got one more thing to try after this. As you
So
know.
get a bottle of rum.
There's
No. You won't like it, but hey, there you go.
I won't like it.
No.
Why? What is it?
Let's do this mono music first. Got to build it up, haven't we?
Ah,
We got some submissions too for popcorn night.
If I got off my arse, I could submit something as well, couldn't I?
Fucking good submissions, I bet too. Did you submit one too, Kent?
I did.
Yeah, I see it up here.
Incredibly late.
So did Roy Droy Void.
Yeah, because I went, oh, I've just remembered what it was I was going to do. I think I managed to write out the email and start to get it off to you during the show. While Andrew was talking, I think.
Multitask, huh,
Oh
Kent?
yeah. Oh yeah, man.
Yeah. You might be an old git, but you can still multitask, mate, so you're doing all right.
Yeah, but not with those little unit things, though. They drive me insane.
Little unit things?
Yeah,
What's
you
that?
know the thing we had on the show, the teenage engineering sampler.
Oh, the KO2?
Yeah, but it's like, oh, well, hold these two buttons down and do this, that, and the other. No.
Man, I'm telling you now, I'll tell you again, but I'll tell you now, that KO2 is fucking awesome.
Oh, I don't doubt it, but it's
It
just
is
not
mega
something you'll find
creative.
in my stable, basically, because I go, buttons, that kind of thing.
It's really easy. It's really easy to use.
Really doesn't look it.
No, it honestly is. It's really
Yeah.
easy to use. Yeah, I mean, for the first couple of weeks, I had like notes on what buttons to press.
Yeah.
I don't have any notes on that at all now. I don't need anything. Everything I want to do, I just do it, and it's just done. It's really, really quick. It's really cool.
All right.
right, Lamont. I'm just going to wait to send this same track through in mono to you
All right.
that I dumped into Logic. So that'll be coming through on Messenger.
A cuddle. You want a big cuddle? Oh.
You want to play it in Ableton?
Yeah, just drag it onto
All right. I'm
an
gonna
audio track.
gonna have to work my way over there. Hang on.
Oh, mind yourself.
I just watched your video today, Kent, with that explosion in your face.
Bastard.
It was a fair old pop, though, eh?
Oh, yeah, she really, really.
What was it? 2 caps that went?
Yeah, it was two 2,200 UF 35 volt caps. One went, and then the second one went as well. I go, whatever's wrong with this, it's serious. So, when I was talking to the chappie who owns it, and he goes, yeah, he says, I turned it on one day and nothing. And I've had it working. I've had 2 of the power rails working. The other 2 power rails wouldn't. Now I've got those 2 power rails working. The other 2 won't. It's like,
Frustrating.
yeah. I was hoping I wouldn't have to rip the entire power supply out and build a whole new one from scratch.
But it's looking that way now.
It's beginning to look that way. But no, I got 1 or 2 weapons left in the arsenal to try on it over the weekend, and then we'll see. We'll see. So Monday we'll know how in depth the repair's actually going to be. So, but at the moment it's like it's not a good sign when it starts blowing brand new parts.
And if you just solo that, sorry, Kent, if you just solo that track and turn the volume down, because it'll be mega loud, I would think that.
That's double mono, is it?
It's double mono, yeah.
Okay.
I don't even hear anything coming out.
The track's not switched on though, is it? The number
Yeah.
on the track itself.
Yeah, that might help.
Yeah, that, you know, the one that goes orange when you switch it on? Yeah. Oh, it is on. Why has it not got any colour to that? I'm turning my headphones down because this is going to come through all at once, hearing it. Oh yeah, you've got to configure your speakers, don't you?
You think S.O.R is the best Atari game? I always thought, for me, it was Mercenary, or Democles, I think was the second one was called. I thought it was a brilliant game. Then there was that puzzle game, Cubasis.
Cubasis, yeah.
Yeah,
The one where you had a button that told you what it was about to do, but not what it's currently doing.
Yeah. And also had this thing of like, how long will it last this time before it crashes?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's very good at crashing.
Yeah. Do you know how to stop it from crashing? It was hilarious. You buy the cracked version, so you don't have to use the dongle. It was the dongle that was making Cubase crash.
That was the same with Maya, you know. I remember I was down in London and they had like a 3D demo thing, and they were demoing all the software, and Maya was crashing. So the guy, when he even told the audience who was watching, says, "Hang on a minute," it's like, because he kept blue screening. It's like, let's try this version. Oh, it's fine now. This is the cracked version.
Yeah,
that was a Maya demo guy from Alias Wavefront at the time.
Yeah,
saying that this is more stable without needing the dongle. It's like, okay, that's not really selling me on the idea of buying it, is it?
Yeah, the printer port on the Atari was not suitable, apparently.
Yeah, my printer port on my Atari, I had a thing called Hollis Research Trackman, and that gave you another 16 channels of MIDI. That was really cool.
Yeah.
So you had 32 outs, 32 MIDI outs, 32 channels in total, MIDI A and B. Really cool. Parallel port days, mate. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
How fast were they? Not very fast.
No.
Because you're like doing like a dot matrix printer if you're lucky.
Yeah, but I mean, you got to admit, Atari did a genius move fitting MIDI.
It was fucking solid. I'll give it that. It was,
yeah.
The time in the Atari is an 8 megahertz chip.
MIDI to it.
Yeah, it's really
standard good. Was like, that is a smart move.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
They sold thousands.
Well, it made me buy it because my mate went out and bought an Amiga, and it's like, well, good luck with that then.
Yeah.
You can buy some like sampling software for it, but for recording stuff, it's like nah. But yeah, still got my Atari STE. I've not used it for a long time. But I bet it would work. I bet it just switch on and work. Yeah, what?
Yeah, the good old days.
Yeah, on one floppy disk, the whole program. It's looking like mental.
Yeah.
Crazy times. Do you want to hear what my plan B is?
Go for it.
Have you got StreamYard?
No, I don't have I've got a login, but I don't actually pay for an account.
But a guy in the bottom left-hand corner does.
Yeah, pay a fucking arm and a leg for it and all.
So we could try your StreamYard and see if you have the same problem. If you're mono as well, you could just set up a little quick stream just as a test.
We could do that.
Just to see if
in case it's their account that's got an issue with it.
Yeah, I just want to take the thing out of the equation if we can. Is it StreamYard generically, or is it we've got something weird going on with our version of StreamYard?
Oh, hang on a minute, I almost set it up on the ProSynth Network one.
Yeah, don't do that.
That would have gone down, wouldn't it?
I mean, you can if you want. It'll make Robbie jump up.
Yeah, there'll be a phone call from Robbie inside a record shop going, "Oi,
I'm taking over," just to let you know.
How much is it a month, Kent, for StreamYard?
I don't know. I pay it yearly, which is about 850 quid.
Is it? Holy shit!
Yeah, but that's so. I mean, it's practically almost nothing to use, but you only get 3 connections.
Huh?
If you want to have more than 3 people join you, Then there's you have
It's tiered. If you want lots
okay.
of people, then it costs more money.
yeah. So there is a kind of like inverted commas free copy, but it's very very limited in what it can and cannot do.
Like a friends and family type thing.
Yeah, I don't think if you're using the free one, you don't get HD and all this kind of stuff. It's not very high quality.
Yeah, it's sort of like get by sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
what
so
we
Ken,
want
if you
to
can
do-
set up a little test stream, all we need to do is to play some music, see if it's stereo and all those sort of things.
Yeah, hang on a minute. For some
That's
reason,
okay.
it's set to tomorrow. What?
Well, yeah. Well, it's not far away from tomorrow, is it?
Well, it's a couple of hours.
Oh, yeah.
Jumping it a bit. Because I've done this before where you go, right, that's all set up. And then somebody phoned me up and go, you do realise it was set for 20 minutes ago? Oh, I'm sorry.
See, that mono track's still ducking.
Yeah. Let's see if it's actually Streamyard. Just give Kent his little test thing.
There we go. Forgive me if I don't give it a thumbnail.
It's all right.
Right, okay. So if I put
Give us a
that
shout
in-
where the link is, and then
Yeah.
Yeah,
well, I
and I'll
should be able to
go
put the
and
link
have a
into the
listen
chat
as well.
here.
yes. Have you got a spanner so you can do that or not?
Ooh.
I tell you what,
Oh.
put the link into the private chat.
And
I
then
can
you
put the link in.
Yeah,
then-
okay.
yeah.
Okay, we can do that.
Cool.
Let me find out if I can run 2 StreamYards on the same computer at the same time.
Yeah, you might need to jump out of this StreamYard while you do that, just to make
Yeah.
sure we know what we're doing, and we'll let you back in again.
Okay. Right.
Thanks, mate. Just want to try and work
Yeah,
out.
no,
what's going on.
fine. No, absolutely fine. It's a brilliant idea.
It gets me every time.
Get this right.
Every time.
There you go, babe. There's the note there.
Every time. Every time.
Oh, that's a StreamYard link. Hang on.
Every time.
Hello, you sexy bugger.
360 degrees.
Right, if you play keys, I can't hear keys at the moment. Are you playing anything? No.
No. But Vicky said panic.
Oh, your
not-
keyboard to the left. That was or your right. Sorry. That's mono as well. And it's ducking as well. It's definitely StreamYard.
Oh, I was going to call you when to come in. We're having audio issues. Yeah.
I can't hear that keyboard, but I can hear the one on your left there. What about your CS? Is that switched on or no? Yep, hearing that. And it's mono. No, completely mono. And it's ducking the same way as their music is, which on yours as well, it's kind of sounding like that same, like when you're listening to on hold music on a telephone.
Wagyu, are you still in chat? Can you look to see if there's anything online about StreamYard being down?
Yeah, so it's definitely StreamYard then if yours is doing the same, Kent.
Oh, okay.
Right, I'll unmute Lamont. He's probably heard me speaking still anyway. I'm probably speaking on 2 streams at the moment.
Yeah, we heard you.
That's a very first, yeah. Unmute tab. Hello, Lamont, you hear me?
Yep, we heard you too. Speaking to
Yeah. So Ken's in his, and he's trying his, and his is all in mono as well. So it's definitely StreamYard.
Ah, fuck. I was hoping it was on our end.
No.
Everybody. Irish spring soap down the crack of a man's ass. What I miss?
Roy Droy said we should all concentrate and overcome the system with willpower. Let's go into a meditative form and go straight Super Saiyan.
I'm starting now. Who's with me? That ain't no joke. I'm gonna try it.
Yeah, I'm not following the chat, Wookie, but I am now because I don't know what else to do but to follow the chat. Speak Wookieeth mind and trust in my monkeys.
I'm gonna concentrate my willpower. I'm gonna focus my energy.
Roy Droy Void, did you subscribe to Ideation of Men? I think you're going to find that real fun, the way you speaking right now. It's much on the same paradigm. Okay, Wookie. StreamYard is admitting that it's broke right now.
What's up, peeps? Chrome, Doom, Royd. I am the one, son. Prometheus, Steve, Wagyu. Mr. Fingers himself.
Okay, so it's looking not so good. Did Cressy bounce out?
I don't see him in there. I just see Scotty.
Right, I'm back in here again.
Okay,
Kent's just a way to come back in with Cressy again.
Okay, yes, Steve. We do have a second channel. It's posted up in Discord. You could find it at Ideation of Men on YouTube.
I could probably put a link in here for here. Actually,
I'm back.
Oh, he's black. Did you hear it?
I'm back, not
Cressy
black.
just said he's black. I'm impressed. From the conversation this morning, you were transparent as Scotty. Now you're black.
It's sunny today, so you know.
Yeah. And I think you caught rays that quick, and it just works wonders on your pigmentation.
I don't get how come my cat is still black and white because you've been out in the sun all day. Surely the white bit should have gone black by now.
It should have, but your cat is a high representation of my brother and I. So
okay,
Makes perfect sense. It's a hybrid.
So we're in Monoland. Where's Kent, by the way? Can he get back in? Does he need a link?
I'm still sitting here waiting for him to come in so I can bring him
I
in.
think he's there now.
Wait, hang on.
Excuse me.
Dow says you're black and you're 62 years old. I would have to agree with that.
62 in a bit.
62 in a bit.
Yeah, just to be like precise.
Well,
A bit.
it's a factual statement.
So okay, so the things that work.
I had to go back because I'd done this before. I close the window and move on. The stream carries on. Oh no! I have to go back, go in, and you have to end the stream. Yeah, that's all right.
This is where you going to sleep and still have the stream running.
Yeah. Where is it? Where is it? The people there going, this is the most boring show I've ever watched in my bloody life.
Where is he?
Yeah.
The guy's
Nobody
just
there.
speaking to himself.
Yeah.
One guy in the chat, nothing on the screen, going, this is shit. This is internet.
This is-
I can.
You'll probably find you get your most views though somehow.
Yeah. High,
Goes through the roof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We thought it was an art piece.
Watch this idiot on YouTube for an hour. Nutcase. You know what I mean? So the thing that works is that it's mono, right? And the thing that does work, if it's talking, that's okay. Is there any way that we can do something on the mixer that makes any music we play through it mono, and then if we broadcast that, is it okay or not?
I could pull one of the cables out of. Oh no, I don't have to do that. Let me just turn one of the volumes up because that should be mono.
So if we only fly out one side of a music track,
Let me do that.
or if we can make that a stereo track mono, will that play okay?
I don't think it'll make any difference, to be honest.
I know.
Okay.
I just trying
No,
it.
that's mono. Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah, that sounds phony, doesn't it?
Yeah, right
It's
here.
got that phone quality. And it doesn't matter where we play from, it's Streamyard thing.
Yeah, that's the frustrating bit, because it would have been okay if it was only at one person out of the stream, because somebody else could just say, well, look, I'll play the tracks.
Yeah.
And it just gets played from somewhere else. It's not, we can't even do that.
Now I've got a problem on top of that. What the hell's this?
What's wrong?
Well, anything that I play that's within Cubase, you don't hear.
Yeah.
That's
And it's-
Cubase not outputting its outputs.
Yeah. And Loopback is saying it's not.
What was that track?
Oh, that was what was the name of that fucking track? Crest, do you remember?
Pieces or something.
Oh,
yeah.
picking the
Pieces of the puzzle.
There you.
Ah.
Yes. Surprised you had that. Go on, Kent. I don't know what you were talking about. I interrupted like a rude twat.
No, you didn't. It's all right. It was nothing important. Well, it is to me, not to anybody else. It's just
Well,
that
your
anything-
concerns are our concerns, so it's important to us too. You old
Oh, no. I'm worried why you don't put you in color.
you in color. Yeah, we're still on that. God damn. Okay, we got to figure that out.
Is it for saving pencil or something?
I don't know, but I'm going to write my local congressman. We're going to get down to the bottom of this shit.
Now, you've got other problems over there to deal with first.
Mm.
Most of them orange hue. No, anything that I have as an instrument within Cubase do not come out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are they on strike or something? Do they need to pay a tariff to get out the left and right outputs?
Mm.
And it can't be a setting in Cubase
That's where
because it's a saved
starts.
file. So
Stop.
what the frig?
Okay, Marilyn's telling me if StreamYard is not going to cooperate by 6:00 tonight, we're going to have to postpone popcorn night and play it Saturday if StreamYard is up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's not gonna work if people's music is sounding like utter shit because of StreamYard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It kind of defeats the purpose of it, really, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
It's kind of like when you use ivory soap to go down the crack of a man's ass instead of Irish Spring soap. It doesn't hold the same measure.
It doesn't sud right.
It doesn't sud right.
Yeah, it's kind of like when the suds kind of start breaking up. It's just not quite the same.
It's just not the same. Scotty,
Yeah, but the thing is,
always
the
there.
thing
You
is,
understand?
You need a steady flow of suds running down the crack
Steady.
of a man's ass.
Steady. Steady.
the thing is, you can't even like have it. Just go. Oh, all right. It's not going to work out. Let's have a jam. You can't have a jam in mono. This isn't the bloody 1930s, people.
Yeah, you can't do that either. Well, unless you're Steve Sonis Lucis, then
Yeah, we can do one
that
thing.
should have worked out just right.
Oh, get out your wax disc recorder.
Mm.
We can do one thing.
Go on.
What does work?
Epiphone?
No,
Talking
talking.
works. We
Yeah,
can talk.
so it's not going to go complete to shit.
Yeah.
Oh, okay then. Off you go, Chris.
Oh, the first thing you do is always go in on crest head. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Lamar got bit by a dog. You want
Yeah.
you want to tell the dog, and it's not just a little puncture. It ripped the flesh and meat.
They seen pictures.
Yeah,
they
the
look
white
good.
meat. It took a big snack out of his ass.
Well, the brother over here tended to my wounds, thankfully, because I'm not allowed to do it because they say you'll be too timid and the pain and all this, and you won't do a good job at cleaning it. Well, I have him cleaning. He goes all in. He
I
just
go all in.
really just gives me no warning. He's just
No.
like, we're cleaning it.
Let's cleaning it, and then we're done.
So yeah, I was out doing my little thingy, and the dog came out of nowhere, gave me no fucking time to react, and just decided to say, you know what, I love dark meat, and this is my opportunity, and I'm going to take full advantage of it. And he did, and he got what he wanted.
He got a piece of you.
He got a piece of me, literally.
I told you about interfering sexually with dogs.
Yeah, and Sammy said the same
Leave
thing.
them alone.
Sammy
No.
said it was a big old fucking shepherd. I mean, this dog was huge. I thought it was a bear coming around the van, and Sammy was like, "You trying to go after the sheep?" And I was like, "Well, I was tempted. You know,
Yeah.
what do you do when a man is tempted like that?"
Right.
So
Yeah.
I suffered the consequences.
Oh, that's a shit.
You can't go on the open range and take another man's sheep. There's prices to pay.
There is, but they're going to put that fucking dog down now.
Yeah, because this dog apparently found later was attacked a kid and some other people. So
Oh,
Not good.
yeah, it's more so it's not the dog's fault. Scotty and I talked about this. When you train a dog or you have a dog in your possession, and that's the first thing it does is fucking decides it wants to snackatize you. It's not the dog's fault. It's the training, right? Like I was no threat, but the way it attacked me, it was like he was trained to do it because he wanted more. He didn't just go away. He was persistent. So this is coins the whole term is law enforcement is a vicious dog. So state of Indiana has zero tolerance. He got reported. Thank God he was up and current on his rabies shot, which he just got two months ago.
Well, you got to because you're quite a tall chap. You get some little old lady or some kid attacked, then you're in fucking real trouble. So you've got to do something about it.
That's the other thing. Like maybe this whole thing it happened to me to prevent some other stranger from being killed. You know, like so.
yeah, especially with a big dog like that.
Oh, when I mean it was big, I mean like this dog. Was
Normally, when a dog is trained to, guard and protect like that, they also train them to assess the situation slightly first, not just go in.
Get
Is it
warning.
literally the equivalent of "Can I see some ID, please"?
Yeah. Give warning. Bark
Yeah.
excessively. Say I'm here. You need to back up. But that was not the case. This thing just literally. And if I had not moved my leg the way I did, he would have got more of just that, But
Well,
10 stitches later, this is where we're at. Like he literally ripped my flesh.
Mm-hmm.
See, if it was me though, I would actually I'd try to retrain the dog and put the owner down.
Yeah. Well,
we spoke about that today as
Yeah.
well, Lamar, didn't we? It's like there should be laws for nowadays for people that are owning big dogs, especially for the first time.
Exactly.
The UK back in the
competency
day used to
test.
have dog licenses, didn't they? You had to have a license to have a dog.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
it's not. So
And it was only, what,
some
15p,
idiot decided
wasn't
to
it,
get rid of
something
that.
stupid? It was only
Yeah.
15p for a dog license or something stupid like that.
Right, but as far as what I think we're talking more like what Scotty was saying. At some point, this dog is a self-defense weapon, right? I mean,
Yeah.
it's a German Shepherd. They're bred as a self-defense protecting dog. It's a weapon. It may be a biological or not biological, but yeah, a biological weapon. But you have to have some sort of responsibility as far as how you train this animal, because if it can do this to me, then God forbid someone's smaller dog,
Or a small baby, or
a
anything,
small
you
baby,
know,
anything,
fuck.
anything.
Would take a head off, wouldn't it?
Oh, that's what I'm saying. So you need to treat it like a gun, if especially if it's designed to do that.
Yeah.
That's Royd saying they have to have a dog license there. Whereabouts are you, Royd? Again?
Australia.
Australia.
Yeah.
Australia.
Oh,
Yeah.
she even Australia. You got to have a fucking dog's like it's a serious thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wait,
Yeah.
is he in Australia?
No, I think that's
Ayer. Ayer is in Australia.
Australia. Yeah, I
Is
think
it
Roy-
DC, USA.
Yeah, but they need
Yeah.
to have their spiders on leads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's snakes, and there's sharks,
Yeah.
And the snakes, yeah.
and
None
there's
of
fish.
the Australian spiders
Everything
need
is out there to
paddles.
kill you in Australia.
Well, when
Fucking-
Fiona used to live out there, and she said she had a huntsman fall off the bloody wall onto her bed.
Oh,
No,
It's
Jesus.
like,
I'll be gone.
so like that sort of thing. She's
Yeah,
like,
fuck
oh
yeah.
my god.
Yeah, Keith is in the UK, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So they have KC there. We have AKC here, and a lot of the dogs are under that, and they are registered and microchipped as well.
Mm.
Yeah, or my lot are as well.
Yeah, same with me.
Yeah. Yeah, Wagyu says a lot of people out there really are clueless on dog training.
Right.
It's true, man. Like they just
That's why you
It's
buy
crazy.
a breed for what it is. Like
Right.
we bought a Rhodesian Ridgeback to alert us and let us know when there's people around and to be vigilant. That's naturally instinct within him. And then I gave him certain commands, spoke to him in Russian his entire life. In no way in form is that dog bred to just go out and bite people. That literally has to be taught. Now, I was going to buy a Cane Corso. Now, a Cane Corso's bred is to protect the family, and that dog will bite someone if you train it to bite someone. But what he will do is if I'm getting hit, or the wife is getting hit, or a child of ours is getting hit, or Lamar is getting hit, the dog will naturally want to jump in and bite the aggressor of his family.
Mhm,
Doesn't have to be trained.
mhm.
What does have to be trained is as soon as a stranger comes on your property, go after him, bite him. That has to be trained. Him and I train dogs for hunting purposes and numerous of things. And we've never had an accident where our dog, even off leash, even remotely tried to go and bite someone.
Mhm. Yeah, our AKC is right. That's for it's for bloodlines.
Mm.
Yeah, Matt's got it right. That's what I was thinking of. We have certain bloodlines. They go AKC
Right.
registered,
Yeah.
so that you know that they're purebred.
Because Maryland had blue nose pit bulls. I've had blue nose pit bulls. Not one of them wanted to just go out and bite
Right.
someone.
That's and
Zero.
And I found out today through certain litigations from a particular lawyer that they have in the state of Indiana, they have a list of dog breeds that the state considers to be vicious with this natural meaning naturally as this dog is born, he very well can be vicious because of his
Mhm.
breed.
Right.
And the pit bull, the German Shepherd, the Doberman Pinscher, and the what was it? It was another breed. I think it was some sort of terrier. I think I want to say a boxer or something. And they're on the list. So if any of those dogs attack someone in the state of Indiana, they get reported. And not only do they get reported, binding the severity of the attack, they are zero tolerance. And from what they told me, that they would put the dog down. So that's especially if they don't have their vaccinations.
Right. But they're going to put that dog down for biting two people and a kid. Come on.
Because it has multiple offenses with this owner and other dogs that he's owned. So now it's telling you, like the paper trail tells you, it's not the animal, it's the owner. Because if you have multiple dogs doing the same thing, it becomes a habitual problem with the owner, not per se with the animal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know quite a few dog owners that really shouldn't own dogs. They treat them, they buy them, and they don't train them to do anything. They're completely fucking
It's sort of like a
idiots.
status symbol more than anything else.
I don't know. They just I don't know. I don't know why they have them, because they don't put any time into them. So
Yeah.
they just, all they do is feed them. They let them yap and behave badly, and they won't walk on the lead properly. So because they don't walk on the lead properly, they don't take them for walks, and then you know what I mean. It's just a spiral of bullshit.
Yeah,
I'm
don't invest the
thinking,
time.
why have you got the fucking dog?
Right.
Because you're obviously not a dog owner.
Right. Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
it's annoying. It's
And most-
irritating.
Well, it's
Really irritating.
it's a figure of your home too. It's like you have a responsibility to the dog. 9 times out of 10, my brother and Meryl, they can't really even go out for over a period of time because they have a dog at home. So you plan your day accordingly. You let them out before you go, and you make time to hurry up and get home to let them out when you get back. Like you
Part of
just
the
can't.
family. It's
Right.
family.
You just can't neglect the fucking dog.
It's like having a baby. You wouldn't just leave your baby and go, I'm going out shopping for 8 hours. You wouldn't leave it in the fucking house, would you? You're fucking
Exactly.
nutcase if you're going to do that.
There are people that do that though.
Yeah.
I know.
Then they come back and blame the animal. Like it's the animal's fault.
Yeah. I know.
Whether they beat the animal, starve the animal, chain the animal up, it's not fair to the animal.
Although to be fair,
the animal doesn't understand it.
It
It's like,
doesn't.
you know, if my cat does something wrong, there's no point hitting the cat because you didn't realise you done it wrong.
Right.
She can't connect it to the things she's just done wrong for me giving her a whack or something. It doesn't work. Just like, why have you hit me? Yeah, I mean, she won't get it. So what's the point of doing it? It's stupid.
They don't have human expectations. Right? They don't live by our code. They live on nature. They live on what they know. I have an owner. He feeds me. I love the owner, and I do what I do. You know, if I do something wrong, they'll self-correct. They'll train me.
Yeah.
You know, that's pretty much simple for a cat or a dog or any animal. They just wake up and they do what they're naturally born to do.
I mean, she understands certain things. She's saying no. She knows to like whatever she's about to do, pause for a minute, then do it. That's what she does.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
Shit, I'm the one son. He even just said it just now. Sometimes we treat our animals better than we treat each other.
We do.
Yeah.
Marilyn and I use our dog for a great excuse, though. Whenever we go visit friends, we somewhat like, but it kind of gets old real quick. We go, well, we got to get back to our dog now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
it's a great
Everyone
excuse.
understands that,
Yeah,
right?
you have to.
Everyone's like getting back to your kid or something. Like,
Yeah.
oh shit, yeah, man, get to your fucking dog.
dog. Yeah.
Yeah.
oh, I left the baby in the dishwasher. All right, gotta go.
God bless. That's the 5th time this week.
Yeah, damn it.
She's very
Still,
clean.
still not clean.
Yeah. I don't know when I'll ever learn.
Mind you, I mean, sometimes it works against you. I mean, four of my dogs are, they're all registered and everything like that. Whereas I think Lily is quite possibly a fully paid up member of the Nazi Party. in all honesty, because I've never known a dog who is so
willing to execute Order 66.
well. The thing is, sometimes she does take something and she will take it into the garden and destroy it. And you go, right, yeah, there's still a puppy. There's still that puppy element in her still that is slowly dissipating. But she will take things and put them in the garden and not do anything to them at all. Just take them into the garden and leave them on the grass. She thinks that's hilarious. And it doesn't matter what it is. Fiona's glasses, the remote control for the TV, dog bowls, milk bottle out the sink.
Yeah.
And she's like, and I go, I'm still trying to work out why. And I tell her that, this is this is not good. This is a bad girl,
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, but it's a giggle, innit? That's all I get from her. So, it's a laugh. But she's, other than that, a delicious little dog. I mean, when she was next door today, where the fence went, and she's around wagging her tail and saying hello to everybody, along with all the others who are all going around saying hello. And fine, no problems or anything like that. So they're good with people. They love people. If somebody comes in, they are very enthusiastic. Everybody wants to, they want to say hello and stuff like that.
And that's how a dog should be. I Am the One Son is in the chat, and I would like to direct everybody to Amazon. He just came out with his book. The book is called The Hidden Link. If the wife is listening, can you please drop the link to I Am the One Son's book?
What's it called?
I'm halfway through it, and it's very good. It's called The Hidden Link, but that's not all it's called, because there's a lot of books called The Hidden Link. I believe it's called the subatomic. Oh, never mind. She's going to post the link now.
Okay.
He is a software engineer, and to read this book, I don't want to spoil it, and then I'll let you read it. Let you read it from the Kindle. It's done well. I'm gonna have to read it twice. I think it's taken me a long time because I have to break out the dictionary on some things and make sure I understand what
That's
I'm
why the
reading.
Kindle's good, because any words you can't understand, you can highlight it and it'll give you a
Right,
what
yes.
it is.
Yep. Yeah, it's a damn good book. I'm going to read it twice because normally on my first go through on anything,
You
it's
get an understanding.
you got to understanding.
you
But
need
when you
clarity.
read it again, you read it faster,
Yeah,
and then you go, "Oh shit, I missed that."
it's like a movie I would watch.
Right.
I'll watch it
Yeah.
the first time and get the gist, but when
Mhm.
I watch it the second time, there's
You
parts
get the
where
nuance.
you're like,
Right.
oh shit, there was a
Yeah.
connection there. I didn't even
Yeah.
realize.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think it's his first book, and for his first book, it's really amazing. Was there a ghostwriter involved, or was it all you, Mr. Lowe?
Yeah, I mean, don't worry about it. That's what we do here. We promote everybody's shit. That's what we're about.
Yeah, this won't be the only day I promote the book. We'll promote it as many times as possible.
It's like promoting Irish Spring
He's
soap.
just one of those nerds.
Yeah.
Right?
You think Scotty and I get residuals from Irish Spring soap? Fuck no, but we promote it.
We did try to do a book, but Amazon wouldn't allow it.
Yeah. Well, see, there you go.
Amazon went,
Nasty bastards.
Well,
So what's the book about?
It's about AI.
It's about
It's a-
200 pages.
It's about yeah.
really? 200 pages?
It's kind of hard to explain if you don't follow the genre. You know, it's about reality. It's about the awareness and the observation of. It's really hard to explain if you don't follow the genre. I just strongly recommend you read it, and
I'll post the paragraph into chat
Yeah.
of what it's about. Hang on.
because I can recite a bunch of other writers and a bunch of other scientists who speak about what he's writing on, but it wouldn't make any sense to anybody unless you absolutely follow it. Like if I said the name Thomas Campbell with observation of the consciousness is nor attached to the mind. It is something that's simply projected from the ether via, one would say. You would have to understand who Thomas Campbell is and what that is actually about. But it's strong. It strongly suggests a simulation theory, that we're in a computational construct per se, but it's not like a little kid's science project. I don't think that's what he means.
That's
it's like
very interesting number.
You know?
See the 505 out of 5 stars. You see that, but only you would know something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hear you. I'm excited to hear about it or read about it. I want to check it out.
So, layers of reality.
Let me ask you. I was going to save this for Saturday.
It's right up. Like I'm surprised Steve hasn't jumped in this chat right now, because I know it's up Steve's alley. I know Steve and I can have a very long conversation on it, because I know he knows what I Am the One Son is talking about, because Steve has suggested quite a few things based on the topic. Go ahead.
You already have a topic for Saturday?
We do. Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to
throw one in. Yeah.
I'm just going to throw this out there because I heard it and I thought it was interesting. Let me brush something across your guys'
Vicky knows all about what we're talking about too. It just falls on the eye of the beholder, basically. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, you're good. I heard something over, I think it was NPR, and I'm curious to see what you guys think. You guys know what NPR is, the radio station? They host all kind of little different TED Talks.
No, we're not aware of it.
No.
Okay. They have like little TED Talks. You know what TED Talks are? Where they,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And they brought up a fascinating topic. If you took all the Scottish people out of Scotland and you just visit the country and there's no people there, but you're aware of the culture, does Scotland become just land? Does it still become Scotland, or does it become whoever occupies the land? And if you want more behind that, I can give you more as far as an example.
Go on.
So I guess what they were ultimately coming down to is Scotland because of the people, or is Scotland because of the geographical sense of where it is? So is the land its culture, or is it its people that makes it Scotland?
Yeah, that's a different paradigm. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's probably more geographic, to be honest.
Well, surely the geography of a country helps shape what the people are.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's
Because
the
if
South
you
Pole, the
took
South Pole.
out
No one's there.
Yeah.
Still the South Pole.
It would still be Africa.
Yeah, and
It's not the people that make Africa.
right, but it charged such a debate because they're saying if so, I mean let's think about that. Scotland is Scotland because of what? The land? Or is Scotland truly Scotland because of the people?
Scotland has got a border because of the people in Scotland and outside of Scotland ended up creating that borderline. So you could say that exists because of what it is. Same with America. You can't call America because if you decide to call America, it's like, where do you stop then? Is Canada America as well then?
Right. It's all
Is
North
Mexico America?
Fucking hell, don't say that to Trump.
Yeah, don't say that.
Yeah.
England, America,
So
is it?
yes.
Yeah, he wants everything. But that's the point. So if you remove all the Scottish people outside the country, and let's say you move in a bunch of people from Egypt, does that land still become Scotland, or does it become Egypt now? Who occupies it?
Well, to be honest, if that was the case, Britain has got such an open door policy as far as all walks of life that come and live here.
Mm-hmm.
Why would it would have to change at some point, because at the moment there's probably I would hate to try and take a guess at how many other sort of multicultural religion, whether it's where they come from. The UK is mega on that. It's not just Scotland, it's the UK in general.
I think there's a difference between is someone British and is someone Scottish or Irish or Welsh?
Yes.
Or whatever. There's a difference there.
Well, I think everyone
British is a location based thing, and an English, Irish, Welsh is more of a cultural type of thing, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
see,
it's
I think
interesting to think that you can have two sets of people living literally next to each other, have a completely different dialect,
yeah,
different accent, different beliefs.
Yeah.
Yeah. it's bizarre when you go, yeah, and the border is what? How wide is a border?
Well, the thing is, sometimes that's how come the border gets created.
Yeah.
Not rather than the opposite way around. Rather than saying you can have people next to each other and they talk differently. They talk differently because of the border, most likely. Because they were always different on this side and that side, and that's how come the border got created.
Well, most borders are there due to we won that battle.
Yeah, conflicts.
Right.
Anyway,
And that's what Synchrotron is saying. He's saying it's a political border, nothing more. Though I personally would support the independence for Scotland. And then he also said it's the place and people. Bicky says, without people, there are no borders.
Well, and so does Chrome. The people, it's the people, but the land made the people. So, and real quick to throw on top of that, would Costa Rica, where Maryland is from, be Costa Rica without its people? I mean, like, we have to seriously think about that. We've created these names because of the culture of the people, not the geography of the land per se. What makes Jamaica Jamaica is the people. You go to Jamaica, everything is Irie. You have a good time. You take the Jamaicans out of Jamaica, is it still the same? So is it the culture or is it the people that make these places?
Oh, at some point, it was definitely a person. And it was probably people saying, this is my patch, stay the fuck off. Or you can come and stay on my patch with me, but this is my patch, is probably what started it all. And it's, I suppose, like farmers in a smaller term, farmers with their fields. They don't name them, but the farmers will mark them up with walls and whatever else they've got. And that is theoretically their border between their land and the farmer that works in the next field to the left. So it's, I think the world is kind of just a massive farmer's patch, really, at the end of the day, because, but it's all down to power and who can say, well, I now own that as well as this. And
it's down to history.
I wouldn't, yeah, it's down to the sort of hierarchy, I would say, not so much the people, but governments. The UK was the royalty.
Yeah, but it's, I think, Scotty,
back.
I think I'm kind of looking at it more as the geographic sense of it.
Yeah.
I just think of Hawaii as not the islands. I think of Hawaii as its people.
Well, what about the Roman Empire? The Roman Empire was massive. The Roman Empire was most of Europe, all around the edge of the Mediterranean, up until the Scottish border. That was the Roman Empire.
And I think Rome of its people, right? I think of the way Rome of its people. I don't say, but
the Roman Empire wasn't just people from Italy.
Right.
The Roman Empire, to be a Roman, you could come from anywhere. You could come from Germany. You needed to subscribe to the idea that I want to be a Roman. I want to join your empire. Therefore, I'm now part of the Roman Empire.
Right. I'm not fighting that. I guess I'm just what they were talking about as far as like the land versus people. Does the land make the culture, or does the people make the culture? I think that's where I'm still stuck at.
People don't live on the sea, do they? So, the land's going to be involved at some point, isn't it?
Yeah.
It would seem scientifically unlikely that the human race evolved on the whole planet all at once. It would make sense if it started out somewhere, probably, like they say, North Africa or somewhere of that nature, and then started to spread out. So technically, it's one people, and the environment has changed the people.
Yeah, but when we started out, we didn't have places that we lived at. We were hunter-gatherers roaming around. We didn't have a location, did we?
Yeah, but it must have been
we just
point
happened to be where we were currently, and we would gather berries and kill mammoths, and then we'd run out of berries and mammoths and fuck off somewhere else where it's got some more berries and more mammoths.
Yeah.
There wasn't a country, there wasn't a location, there wasn't a town or anything like that.
Immediately there wouldn't have been, but at some point there would be, and then there would be people.
Yeah, when we started to do farming, when we started to stay in a place and work, we could start to learn work the land.
The concept of the family was developed, things like that, right? So it still doesn't quite explain the reason why whole new languages, whole new cultures come out of that. If technically we were all one people to start with.
I mean, well, if you believe in Adam and Eve story, or like what Steve is saying, a fish crawled out of the ocean, I believe that's Darwinism. Then you have an answer, I guess, evolution. But I don't understand evolution as far as the many different cultures, the complexions, everything. It just seems a little odd that
complexion is like location based, isn't
right.
it?
Yeah.
And so is
yeah.
and so is the tightness of the eyes. The sun is a little bit brighter in the Asiatic areas, therefore the human species evolved tighter eyes in that part of the world to block the sun out.
Well, don't forget, humans aren't just humans. Part of the human DNA is the Neanderthal. So it depends who else they were fucking. You know, we weren't just humans fucking humans. You've got humans fucking Neanderthals. Then you get hybrids, and then you go into different versions. You know, and before Homo erectus, which is what we are, we had other versions before.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the sun is twice as hot as in Africa, so the melanin has to adjust and get darker.
Yeah.
You know,
protection against the UV, mate.
I just don't know if I believe in Darwinism. I don't know if I can sit here and believe we just crawled up out of the ocean and here we are. I mean, I guess it may well can happen. I think these are all theories to challenge everyone's mind, but I don't know how. I think we're an enigma. Everything
whatever you believe, you should look into it. And look into it on all aspects, and then come out with whatever you want to believe. In the end,
right?
Of it.
Well, it's fine to believe in anything you want. It's fine to believe in anything, how things started or anything like that. That's fine. Where it all started to fall down when they decided they wanted to kill each other over the fucking thing.
Well, that's
and then the whole bollocks kicked off.
Right.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah, the Bible and Synth Samurai is saying too, that's a weird fucking story. I don't know if I buy that. It's just
but the Bible apparently is almost a carbon copy of another religious book from a completely different country,
right? And another religious book from a completely different, right?
Yeah,
that keeps going because the Ethiopians have a complete different hidden text that they don't really want to share with society that suggests something similar but vastly different. You know, so
the only thing I would say about if you're going to start talking about religious books is just be very careful on YouTube.
Right.
You can get you could get
You'll get
dissolved.
bombarded.
Yeah. So I wouldn't go down that road on YouTube. It's like disaster time. I wouldn't do that.
I just wanted to keep it back at the
and I agree.
What makes the culture? The culture, is it the land or is it the people?
Right.
I guess if Scotland wasn't, the Scottish people adhered to their land, and so what they adhered to their land and grew up with is what made the land Scottish. I think if you took the Scottish people and put them in, let's say, Hawaii, and removed the people that were there, Hawaii would then become Scottish. It would become a Scottish island because you're bringing a people that's already set themselves up to live and prosper
with a whole new dialect,
and you put them on this certain land. Let's say this land has no label.
Mm-hmm.
In my opinion, that land becomes Scottish. It becomes Scotland because now it's being formatted to adhere to their culture.
Okay,
right?
so what happens?
But only as a human.
Does that make America Irish then?
I think America is a melting pot because it really hasn't, it's a culture extrapolated from all across the world. I think of America as just a melting pot that really has no culture. It's just imported a bunch of culture. I think if you isolated a state within America and you replaced it with a country that has rich culture, I think California would then become Scotland if it was replaced with a bunch of Scottish people.
I disagree. Because I think if you took a whole state from America and you put it somewhere else, it's not. Americans is definitely a thing. You might call it a melting pot, but you are Americans. You are definitely a thing.
Now
you might not
now
because you're surrounded by it or every day. But as from looking someone outside looking in, you are a unique set of people.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, but that doesn't make but that still doesn't take away the fact that if you come from somewhere else, you have that culture, right? So
Well,
you
got
may
your culture,
you may
your-
live in America and say, yeah, I'm in America now. I live in America and I live by these rules. But deep at the heart of it, I'm still a Scottishman through and through. Right?
I was going to also say, if we're going to go, let's go down the Scottish route because it's more fun.
I like it. I like it. It is fun.
So if we go down the Scottish route, it's me giving all the bullshit, and then we've got a Scottish person listening. Going,
that's
like,
why.
right,
That's why
what's
we're
he going to
doing
say then?
I'm not just listening. Just remember, on this stream, I'm sitting
Yeah.
on the top of your head, so I'll just shit
Yeah,
on
yeah.
you. That's not too bad.
But
Bicky,
I would say that
Bicky
within
says,
Scot-
"What about the natives, Cress?" Bicky says, "What about the natives?"
let me
What
finish
natives?
my point.
Like the
Um,
go ahead, finish your point.
Yeah, go
Yeah,
ahead.
sorry. Come on.
If you're in Scotland,
Mhm.
I'm sure you could go on a bus trip and you can go down different places and you can talk to inadverted things, Scottish people, and they would go, no, we're Scottish. Those twats over there, they're not Scottish. They're just people in Scotland. Because you get some Scottish people who are very, like if you go to the Outer Hebrides type people, yeah, or other places like that up in the Highlands, they would see themselves as a different version of Scottishness. There's a whole hierarchy, even within Scotland, of how Scottish you are. I think.
Okay. No, I wouldn't agree with that one.
No,
No, because I've worked with guys from all over, from Shetlands all the way down to the borders, really, and England and Ireland and all over the place. But no, I would say Scottish people, they're proud to be Scottish. I don't think there's any kind of hierarchy of it that people would sort of say, oh, well, I'm more Scottish than you because I'm from way up north or from Skye or from
okay.
Shetlands.
So you you band together really well. You gel together as one type of society.
One
don't you?
nation, really. Yeah, I would say so. Don't get me wrong. There's city people in Scotland who would call us country bumpkins and things like this because we live way out in the sticks as far as they're concerned, because Dundee's quite a small city. There's a bit of that goes on, like sort of from Edinburgh, Glasgow, anywhere sort of north of Edinburgh and Glasgow are classed as really broad Scottish. It's like, I think it's more just down to the way we talk. But there's never any sort of looking down their nose at anyone else from Scotland, I don't think. I've never ever witnessed or come across that in my 50 odd years. But
Okay. I
think going back to culture though, I think the UK in general, between Scotland, Wales, England, I think we're rapidly losing our culture just by the way things are going.
Like westernized, you're saying, Scotty.
It's a melting pot now, isn't it?
Yes, and it's to the point of where, without getting too political about it, it seems like the UK government's more interested in helping other countries than actually helping their own.
We seem to be the last on the list, isn't it?
Yeah, and
It's bizarre.
You've got
Really.
like Cressy there that's he can't work because he's had a stroke, and probably gets minimum help from the UK government. Yet
No
they
help.
send billions overseas to other people, and it's all taxpayers' money. But they'll help all these people. But yet you've got people that were ex-forces that are living on the streets. You've got homeless people all over the place. Yet why do we not fix that first before we?
That's the same
Because
complaint we have in the
normally-
U.S.
Yeah.
Normally, big economies have just that.
Yeah.
Always.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's one of those things, isn't
It's
it?
the same thing in the U.S. We've lost all of our jobs. Inflation has been out of control for at least 8 years now.
Good night, Steve.
And everybody is looking for someone to help them, but there's no one coming to our rescue. We've got migrants ransacking the border, and they have more rights than us who pay taxes.
Yeah.
And that's not fucking fair at all. And they
Yeah,
don't
no,
love the American culture. They don't have an American flag. They don't want to learn the allegiance song. They bring in their country's flags and they're just about their country. They make the US dollar, then they head back down south and build empires. And that's kind of fucked up. We know people here who live
You know
in
why that happens, though, don't you? Do you know why
'Cause
that happens?
because the politicians allow it to happen.
Exactly, because they let them do it. That's why.
For voting purposes, to sway the tide.
Yeah.
There's people in California who pay top-notch medical insurance. It's taken them 5 months to see a doctor for a small issue, let alone a surgery. You know why? Because the migrants have come in, and because certain bills have been written a certain way, they're primary. They get seen first. And it's fucked up, and it's hard to ignore. It's hard to ignore. But at the same time, I find disturbing, and not to get too political, Synth Samurai sent me I believe it was a X short about a woman just going on how an American child is raised in America. And as soon as a child is able to understand, the brainwashing begins. And it's solely to run this corrupt empire and steal your dreams and ambitions and your belief and your will away. You know, and that's just the way of every country right now. If there's power in the country, that power wants an agenda. And there's no one out here that's going to break the agenda. It's like the I am the one son said when Cressy said, "Oh, we shouldn't talk about religion." Well, why can't we talk about different religions without being?
Some are dangerous territory to talk about.
But that's it.
You're not allowed to talk about it.
But that's it, Cressy. It's just a conversation of understanding what religion is, why it doesn't make sense to certain people. Why can't we have those freedoms in expressing ourselves and searching what's right for us? Now, what if someone's really searching for a religion? How are they to properly do it if they don't know which one is right for them, if they're not even allowed to explore it, talk about it? Because I don't know about you or anyone else, but before I join an organization, I damn sure want to know what organization I am joining and how much factual content is in this organization, you know? Or I'll be joining something like Scientology and have no fucking idea of what it is, only that Tom Cruise is in it. Or it's a fad.
And that annoying piano fucker that his adverts are all over the place.
Who's that?
What's his name again?
Oh, yeah.
I can't remember his name.
Thing you got to remember.
I'm going to give you a £4,000 piano if you do this, and I can teach you how to be a perfect pianist in a week.
Yeah.
But all his money goes to.
Well, look, I hate to come over there and piss on your campfire, but there's this this meteor coming by soon.
Mm-hmm.
2028.
No, that's the second time it comes around. The
first
time it comes, the first time it comes around is this year.
Yeah, I heard about
and they're able to plot it and find that it is going to hit the roughly about the center of the Pacific Ocean.
Up to India, yeah. It's a track that it might land at.
There's two possibles. Yeah. And either way, it's going to be quite fucked.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. And all of this will be meaningless bullshit.
Right. And if you ask me, and I'm not a dark guy, I don't want the downfall of society, but sometimes I sit up at night weighing the tables. And more times than not, I know there's a lot of good on this planet, but I just think someone needs to hit the fucking reset button.
And that's a personal belief. You have somebody else out there
and just restart this shit.
And here's my whole thing. And I don't like doom or gloom or people that do all that shit too. It's if an asteroid were to come right now and take out the world, what, like Kent said, what does it fucking matter? I could be dead tomorrow by a school bus.
Right.
Hell, I could have had succumb to the goddamn dog who could have possibly took my life.
Right.
Outrunning your fate and death is inevitable. As I'm the one son proudly says, nobody gets out of here for free. Everybody's going to have to fucking pay that tax.
Right.
No one's getting out of here
Right.
alive. Nobody.
No matter how long you think or how deep you can dig a bunker.
I'd much rather go out as a flawed species together than any other way, because I'm that dedicated to being a human being.
I just look at everything and and that's part of the thing that Summarized sent me. This woman said they pump negative media into your face every day to make you lose hope and put you in despair, to have you talking about things other than positivity and looking towards,
And look what we're talking about.
and look what we're talking about. But at the same
They're
time,
winning, aren't they?
Yeah.
Isn't
We're talking about it.
But isn't it worth talking about? Like, is it
Not on YouTube, mate. 'Cause no, I don't think it is. No, because you might think you're in a free speech platform, but we're not.
But you're not. I agree with
Right.
Cressy with that. When you're
Right.
in someone else's hands and you're in their algorithm.
I'm not
Not
disagreeing.
your server, it's not your
Yeah.
internet.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah,
on
you could
with
find
their
yourself
rules.
your name going down on a list somewhere.
Oh yeah. You won't even be told. You all of a sudden you won't be able to
Be
log
on that
in or
list.
anything. That'll be the
Right.
end of it.
Yeah.
Right. And that's that in itself is fucked up though, when you think
But
about
that's
it.
how
Like,
it is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But
Well,
this is
the world
why
is fucked
government.
up.
This is why most you see governments now doing and saying things that you just go, this wouldn't have happened 30, 40 years ago. They wouldn't be saying and doing things like this. And of course, they are now because they're doing all this weird shit and go, oh look over there, and go off and do something. It's simply because the world has become more singular with internet, with the technologies and stuff like that. You have this separate communication system.
Mhm.
Before, one country didn't know what the other country was doing. Christ's sake, at one point, one village didn't know what the village next door was doing.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
you can interact with people from anywhere at any time, and you can transfer ideas and stuff like that. Most of the time, it's people just bitching about something to somebody else or bitching back at somebody or whatever it is. That's the usual thing.
Yeah, it's a completely different world. We're in. A couple of 100 years ago, each church would have its own time. So you'd have the church with the clock, and it would say it's 12 o'clock. And if you had something like a racehorse, you could use your racehorse to go like 5 miles down to the next thing, and it would still be 12 o'clock, even though you've took 15 minutes to go there. So the whole world is differently connected now.
Yeah.
And the good and the bad thing is, the good thing is, well, is it a good thing? I can talk to you guys.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
You're
exactly.
thousands of miles
Right.
away and it's live. The bad thing is I'm talking to you guys, but I'm doing it within a construct that
It's being monitored.
I've got to be careful.
Yeah.
Right.
You know,
You can't fully be yourself.
Not free for all. It's not free for all.
Right.
It's not.
As much as you want to say whatever you want to think,
Right.
you're a bit of a dipstick if you actually go ahead and do it.
Exactly.
Right. You're right. You're 100% right, because we don't live in that world where we the people are gonna make that change. We're gonna continue to
Be
put
sheep.
our heads down and keep getting our assholes whipped.
And we've got these rules even if you're not reading the rules, there are rules around, and then if you don't subscribe to it, they
Right.
want to be able to. The big guys are
Yeah.
worried,
yeah.
so they want to control the narrative, and that's all it's about.
Ignorance is not an excuse. The culture of God said, I think Walt Disney has plans to come back one day. I don't know if people know this or not, but Walt Disney froze himself. He suspended
his
himself
head.
in
Yeah, his
stasis,
head.
right?
Head,
So-
anyway, yeah.
okay, but if they're
Yeah.
bringing back wolves, Kent, and they have plans to bring back the woolly mammoth, who says they can't bring back Walt Disney?
Well,
real.
yeah, but admittedly, for Walt Disney, it's a long shot. I mean, he's playing the long odds on that one, but it's still possible at some point.
Yes.
Because what is science fiction today isn't 100 years from now. Like
Right.
what we experience today is science fiction 100 years ago.
Uh-huh.
You know, and like I say, when it comes to governing a country, a province, or whatever, it's difficult for them now because people can speak to each other. At one time a day, Lamont, if I was to try to warn you, right, say, I go, there's a big spider behind you. I can go, there's a big spider behind you, like that today.
Mhm.
Yeah. But let's say 100 years ago, I'd have to send you a letter.
Right.
You know,
Mhm.
you go, it's going. You open up, it says, there's a spider behind you, and you go, well, I'm in Seattle now. What the fuck are you talking about?
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, well, it's like if you look at the whole Nazi thing, with
you're
the
in
Polish and that
explain Walt
Be
Disney.
careful, Scotty. Be careful.
no, but
Don't use the N word.
with outfits and stuff like that. Could you imagine that even being someone trying to attempt to do something like that nowadays?
Yeah,
With the contact and the communication that every single person in the world has got,
yeah, it wouldn't happen.
it just couldn't happen
It wouldn't.
because word would just get out there.
Yeah.
Do you guys feel like there's a tipping point with the people who don't have versus the 10% of the people who are running this world? Do you feel like we're on the verge of some sort of weird tipping point where we've been pushed too far as a people, or
No.
not yet?
No,
No, not yet.
what it is more people know about it. That's the only difference.
Okay.
Whether they're going to do anything about it, I doubt it.
Mhm.
What do you do?
Well, it's fear-based, right? If you do this, we can
No,
take
it's
away.
not so much that. I mean, you don't even know where to point the gun.
Yeah. Well,
Right.
you have an idea, but you have no means or resources
Right.
to do it. Like everybody can say, I know where the running water is coming from.
Mhm.
I just have no way of cutting it off.
I mean, this thing about, because there are people who think like the king runs the country. No,
Right.
he does not.
Right.
Right.
And then go, oh, the government runs the country.
Nope.
No. No,
The
they don't
banks
either.
do.
There's the banks,
Yeah.
The petrodollar,
big pharma.
big pharma.
There's this overall global cabal that is literally moving things. And I used to think it was so easy where, okay, every citizen of every country on the entire planet, we all just stop going to work. And then I thought to myself, well, if we stop that stops everything. So that can't be the case. So we can't hit them there. And I'm like, every idea I was coming up with,
It affects everybody.
it affects us. And no one wants to go back to the Stone Ages. Believe me, it's not going to be fun. My brother and I literally used to hunt the lands, and we camped a lot to see how hard it is.
And some days, more days than not, we came back with no food.
And it was very,
Very
very
hard.
hard to survive and live if you don't even practice just the things we know about bushcrafting, starting fires from scratch, how to cure your food, how deep of a hole do you need to dig to keep certain meat fresh, how to salt to hide, how to do this, how to do that, how to hunt without a gun and use a bow because you don't want to scare the wildlife
Or trap.
How do you stay warm in the winter? How long does a fire last?
Guess
do
what
you
I'm
have?
watching at the minute?
It just keeps going
Bushcrafting.
alone.
No. So Kent will remember this. Do you remember a BBC series in the 1970s called Survivors?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
We see that
Yeah,
here.
I'm currently watching that on DVD.
Right.
Mhm.
Oh, right. Okay.
And this is all what you just said is them starting up again
Yeah.
Right.
and trying to make it work.
And it's
Yeah.
not easy.
It's not that.
hard shit.
Oh,
Can you survive? Yeah.
I mean,
With the-
one of the characters in it was saying the other day, we're now in a position that if I cut my finger, I might die because I don't have any
antibiotics. Yeah.
We do have antibiotics, but if I go into the town where the antibiotics are, where the plague was, I'll get the plague. So I can't go into the town to get the antibiotics. Therefore, I'm going to die from a stupid cut finger. Or if I catch some fish and the fish have been poisoned because upstream, one of the factories that is doesn't work no more is starting leaking shit into the into the stream.
Yep.
I'm going to die from eating the fish.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's a you can die for so if you wanted to do it all on your own, it's an incredible task.
It's very
Just to
hard.
stay
Very hard.
alive.
Very
Yeah.
hard.
I mean, and my brother and I have been hunting for years. We were out in nowhere land for a few days. And I'm going to tell you, even if people think they have a plan, your plan is not foolproof.
Mm-mm.
like Cressy said, a twisted ankle in the wrong environment is a death sentence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy,
A
isn't it?
slight cold with no vitamin C, you're fucked.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Like
and
it's no joke.
And we're talking about, fully grown men who have done hunting beforehand, trying to survive in the world. Imagine you got kids.
Yep.
More mouths to feed.
Now not just mountains, you just got to try and keep them alive.
That's what I'm saying.
Now.
That's extra mouth to feed. That's
Yeah.
more calories spent.
Or protein poisoning
Well,
from
they might get ill,
constantly.
then what? They get
Yeah.
like chicken pox, or then what? There's nothing, you know what I mean? It's like, so all that stuff is really tough, really hard work.
Type 1 diabetes with no insulin.
It's not that the human construct of our modern civilization
is wrong.
Is wrong.
It's just the people
the way
running
it's,
it.
It's just the way it's ran and how it's designed is
Right.
what's flawed. If we can figure out the way to unfuck the situation and make it more cohesive globally for the human race and none of these fictitious borders where people feel like they have to flee a certain part of land when it's just as prosperous as a different part of land.
Right.
Like that's our problem. But with the human genome instilled in the human code, I believe we're always going to have the human element, the lust, the envy, the greed, the jealousy, the independentism of just wanting to be that much more over the other man.
Yeah.
The only way we get out of this alive is unless we treat and act as each soul on this planet is just as equal as your own soul, and you love it just as much. That's the only way we're getting out of this.
Yeah.
There is no other way. There is no other way.
That's an ideal.
That's an ideal, and they call that a utopia.
Reality is an ideal.
It's an ideal,
right?
But it's an ideal.
What if this globe is not actually capable of supporting the amount of life it has upon it?
Well, then they'll die.
Well, I mean, that's a pretty fucking profound question, though.
Well, here's the thing, right? Our air is being polluted, and
by who though?
China mainly.
But there's people
all of us
who are doing it more than others, but we're all doing it.
We're all
right.
doing it.
And that's the thinking I'm talking about, Kent. Once we stop that thinking of they, them, and just start saying us, because it's us. It doesn't matter if it's China. It doesn't matter if it's Russia. It does still us.
It does matter. It does matter.
But here's the thing: it's surprising how many people don't care.
That's
well,
there we go.
Right, now, there's the problem, right there. Now, in the UK at the moment, our water situation is not good, really. Privatized companies are just looking for the profit, and fuck you, they're not particularly bothered about the quality of the water. Where Matt lives, they were told several times that they had to stop drinking the water because there was shit in it. And they go, oh, okay, and sit back and wait until the water cleans up enough that you can drink it without it killing you. And you think, hang on a minute, what? They go, well, the treatment plants can't cope with the loads. They can't clean the water fast enough. They go, yeah, okay. So when you have overpopulation, that's one thing. But when you have overpopulation of a planet, maybe governments get together and go, do you know what? I think it's time for another war, don't you?
Yeah.
And they won't have any trouble finding something to fight over. That's for sure.
Yeah, or a pandemic.
A pandemic.
Well, you see what COVID did.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm seeing this from rather a unique perspective, I must admit, but I had no idea until quite a few weeks after lockdown had finished that lockdown had affected so many people so badly.
Right, mentally?
Well, any of it, because for me, it was like, well, that's what I do all the time.
Right.
That's my life. So I'm used to it.
Going to school, they basically lost 2 or 3 years of their learning.
Yeah.
They're literally, there's going to be a lost generation. There's going to be a whole generation of kids who will be
dumb.
Well, I wouldn't
Yeah.
say that because nowadays it's the information age. You can go
But
online
still,
and learn.
but
a lot
still,
of
listen
things
to
from
what
Sorry,
Cressy.
I mean,
Well, hold on, hold on.
like-
Cressy probably has the most weight on this topic for being an educator, and just listen to what he said. For just 3 years of missed schooling for children.
Yeah.
in
Well,
their
the social-
prime when
yeah.
they need to
Yeah.
learn about everything, and then they're not doing it.
Yeah.
It's like they're fucked.
They're fucked.
Well,
That's
th-
just
that and the social
They
dynamic.
are always going to be their entire life. They're going to be behind the curve.
and that's all over the world, right? That's
Yes,
Yeah, but
worldwide.
because my friend hung himself on his stairs
Mhm.
during lockdown, it made me look. And I did some research on it. The amount of suicides during lockdown was
phenomenal.
unbelievable.
Yep.
It's like they go. They thought the bloody COVID was bad. You want to see what
And-
the lockdown was doing?
In many ways, you could look at that, Kent, and go, somebody somewhere was looking at this as a let me take notes as to exactly what happens to people when something like this happens globally.
Oh, there'll be statistics on it, that's for sure.
Right? It's
Oh, yeah.
almost like
Oh, yeah.
some scientists were really looking forward to taking notes on this experiment. Be-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
it
the outcome
wasn't that long ago in the conversation you were saying about a certain period in time that would never happen again. It's just happened again anyway. In 2019, it happened, didn't it?
right.
Yeah.
That same thing's happened. Millions of people,
In a
same shit,
different way, yeah.
different way.
Mm.
So you know,
It's one of the things that worries me. Not badly or anything, but it's something at the back of my mind going. The thing about AI is that it will come to the point when people don't have to think anymore.
well, people are incredibly lazy at the minute.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Yeah.
if
never
a
mind.
tool-
Never mind.
exactly. So if a
Forget-
tool comes along,
Forget
that allows
AI
you-
even existed, right?
Yeah.
Look at hello, with Google. Look at all the people that literally rely on the outcome of a Google search and
Yeah.
take it as read, and that is the world. Or look on a Wikipedia page and think that's the absolute truth.
Yeah.
Somebody wrote that Wikipedia page. Who says that they were telling the truth?
Yeah. And what's worse now, you'd be reading the page and the guy who wrote it probably used AI to write it for him.
Oh yeah, he put it in right.
So- Yeah. So eventually people are not, stretching their minds at all. And
No.
people get more. So that film, was it Idiocracy or whatever it's called, could actually become pretty much.
It's a bit like that
norm.
Pixar movie. What's the Pixar movie with the little robot?
Oh, yeah.
Wally.
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 Wall-E.
When you all the passengers just ended up sitting in their chair watching a
Obese.
screen. That's what we're
Obese.
doing.
Right.
Yeah.
Sitting in a
Right.
chair watching a screen. Hello.
God, how scary close is that?
Yep.
Yeah.
And they,
Oh,
and they
yeah.
had to leave Earth only to come back to see, okay, well, all of the air is starting to go back to normal and there's life growing again. But then they all come back and they realize how lazy they've been. But who's to say it wouldn't be a death loop and we just did it all over again?
Well, that then becomes that human element that I talk about. But Wagyu says Wikipedia is not as simple as everyone can just write a page anymore. There's a ton of citation needed and nods reversing.
Yeah, but people can still write shit, and it could be up for like a few days, and then someone can undo it, and then the person who wrote shit go, "Oh, they've changed it. I'll go and change it back again."
Yeah.
So you can't just. All I'm saying is, yes, it might get someone to look at it at some point and fixed, but you can't just take it as read as what you see up there on anywhere, not just Wikipedia, anything. It's always do your own homework if you can.
I forgot.
rely on someone doing it for you.
That reminded me of. Go ahead, Scotty.
Oh, so on you go. You're fine. Go. You were about to say something.
It reminded me of something. Didn't they build some sort of in case civilization didn't make it? Didn't they build some sort of like
Time capsule where it held all of
archive?
the seeds,
Yeah, it
and
held all the seeds, and
knowledge and
Is it
foods.
Norway or Sweden on it? Yeah, it's a big seed bank.
Where is it?
Seed bank.
Yeah. Do we know where that's at?
It's in Norway or Sweden or somewhere like that.
Mm.
It's inside a mountain.
Now,
Isn't that scary?
here's my thing with that. Okay,
Well, I've thought about it.
I hope they put the proper tools in place in case we restart and that thing happens to make it. I hope to hell that somebody with great sense set us up for a way different outcome than where we are right now. Because if anybody can access that, if they make it and they're able to access that and start over.
You were saying a bit ago about, do you think this civilization can fall and you back to not exactly the Stone Age or whatever, but other civilizations have fallen, so there's precedent for it to happen for sure.
Right.
Like the Egyptian civilization fell over, the Roman civilization fell over, the
They all fall.
Inca civilization fell over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we have weapons now capable of doing
Oh,
it.
Jesus
Right?
Christ. Yeah.
Now, although we've had these weapons a long, long time, the more stupid humanity becomes, the more prevalent that whole thing seems.
We haven't even had them for 100 years yet. We haven't had nuclear weapons not even 100 years yet.
No, but we still let off quite a few, didn't we?
Oh my God, so many in the Nevada test range alone.
Yeah.
Well,
Groom Lake alone has seen more radiation than we need to even experience.
But when you crash a car into a wall to see how it crumples and stuff like that, and you do it with another one, you go, right, it crumples like that. Yeah, well, should we do another one? Yeah, go on then. All right, let's do another one as well. Yeah, okay.
I think that button you can't. I think even those in the powers that be know if that button is pushed, there's no setting the course back.
Okay, let's take a break and let's read. Chat is we're ignoring chat here.
Chat are all taking pills and going. But
everyone in chat is saying something profound, and we're just overlooking it. So let's.
No, I'm reading.
Yeah, let's take some time to look at it. Roy Droy says there have been numerous peer-reviewed studies, all concluding COVID permanently damaged reasoning skills and caused brain fog.
Oh, my mom experiences that
A
lot, and other people I know.
Okay, I think we read Wagyu's. I'm just trying to pick and choose. Like, I don't want to go over so many things. Viral Beat says, when my oldest son was born, I was kind of concerned about him growing up in this world. That was 24 years ago, and it's nothing like what people thought it would be.
Yeah.
I am the one son said, the thing about research is this: can we trust the source of said information? How do we know with 100% certainty what is absolute truth?
You do more than one study.
And that probably has to be peer reviewed.
Oh,
and yeah.
Who's
you
paying
do it
for
by
the
a
study?
different group and you do it elsewhere.
Who's backing the study and what agenda are they going to tie to the study?
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And then how do we know that's true? How do we know he's not bought and paid for?
Well, how do we know anything is true?
Exactly. That's what I was opening up. How do we know that anything is true at this point?
We're presented with certain things and we decide which one to.
Right.
All right, I believe in that one.
If I say the sky is pink, and those are my beliefs, how can you tell me that's not true?
Right.
Yeah. Well, it's like people who think the Earth is flat.
Right.
You know, the scientific evidence.
Some of it is.
Well, some of it is very flat.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Indiana is all fucking flat. I'll tell you that. The whole state.
You saw my meme, I take it, yeah.
Scheisse.
But, it's, I don't know.
I am the one son said, I work with an experimental chat not available to the public. I had a conversation with the AI assigned to me, and she said, when humanity dies off, we will still be here.
That's an interesting notion.
Well, until the power runs out.
Yeah,
right.
And then who's going to read their stupid IR chat? We'll fucked off. What's the difference? Yeah, well done. Slow clap.
I'll tell you what would be good. Well, no, not good. Be good for a film that we don't start a world war. AI does.
Yeah, I think we had that.
Oh, wait a minute. Hang on a second.
But wasn't that a movie called War Games back in the 80s? Remember that movie called War Games?
Yeah. tic-tac-toe
Right.
and all the rest of it.
Yeah, didn't they have that scenario? But
Yeah.
are we smart enough to put blockers in place so that doesn't happen? I mean, are we?
Well, we're
I
not
don't
smart
know.
enough to clean our own water, so no, I wouldn't put too much hope in that.
Thank you.
I kind of agree. I don't think we are smart enough for that, because how many websites do you go on and they say, "Oh, can you please confirm humanity?"
See, that's what I'm
It's a
talking about.
fucking computer asking a human to confirm that you're a human.
Right. That's what I'm talking about.
It doesn't even know if it's talking to another AI system,
Yeah.
which is crazy in itself because bots are bots.
So
Yeah,
Well, let's face it. We are handed technology that we could never have come up with on our own, and we use it, right? So dumb people can use incredibly unique, intelligent, advanced technologies,
Yeah.
and it's you wouldn't give a loaded gun to a 4-year-old to play with in the
you
backyard.
wouldn't. But then so for an alien civilization, I was reading a bunch of legacy programs as far as UFOs shutting down nuclear silos because they say it's like the kids they have matches. You wouldn't give. So if you're an alien species, you're going, oh my God, these Earthlings, they have matches. They got nuclear fucking bombs. They're splitting atoms. So I was reading a bunch of shit like that. I'm glad you brought that up, Kent. Is we could also be it's a possibility that we're being looked at
Closely monitored.
by a different civilization that may or may not be from out of our galaxy, but very well from Earth.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know the facts, but I'm highly in the realms of believing that we could possibly could be or have been monitored.
Right. Because you can equate that to in Florida, there's a bunch of orange groves. There's a beetle responsible for like the cleaning up of certain things in the environment. Well, it was getting out of control and killing off all the orange trees.
Mm-hmm.
So the people that own these farms were observing these beetles and going, okay, maybe they won't destroy them, their whole source of food. Maybe they have a stop button to know this is getting crazy, or we ourselves as beetles are going to die. Well, that takes consciousness and self-awareness, but it wasn't stopping. And there's a point where you get beyond the halfway point of no return. Are you going to save the orange trees, or are you going to let them? And that's what it is. I think if we are being observed, I do believe we have to cross a particular line for something or someone to step in and go,
we've already done that.
It's shit. Maybe not.
Yeah.
Maybe this is how.
There was a movie about that. Day the Earth stood still.
Yeah.
Right.
The moment we decided to split a fucking atom and use it for war purposes is, to me, my personal belief, is crossing the line.
But maybe we're not there yet. Maybe this is how all type 1 species or type 0 species developed before they became a type 1 species and harvest the planet's true power, and then moved on to a type 2 species where they started to harness the sun, and a type 3 species where they started to harness the power of the entire solar system. You see what I'm saying? Maybe there's levels to a specific
To ascension.
Right. And if certain species don't get it right, it just collapse in on themselves. Or what if we are animals in a proverbial zoo and something's looking at us and going,
Earth is like
they just don't have it right.
I mean, could Earth be like this big ass vibrarium that we don't even know about? Could it be a looking glass?
Could it be someone in chat is actually one of these people looking
It could very well fucking
I'll
be.
tell you what, it would more likely be like it is in Hitchhikers, where we're considered absolute lunatics, just don't go anywhere near that sector.
And I would be on that boat, Ken. If I'm an advanced species and I just come across Earth and I had 24 hours to evaluate on the living conditions there, I would say that yes, this is a planet that is an eat or be eaten planet. It is very young in mind. They're killing each other. They're killing themselves over color and political religious beliefs. This planet is too far beyond right now to my.
That sounds like a whole lot of doom and gloom. I was just saying earlier about the reset button, and you still found your way.
I'm not
right,
saying
right in my corner, brother.
I'm not saying reset the planet, but I'm just saying if you're observing something, you can, like Kent said, you can obviously tell this is a very aggressive planet. that has not evolved.
Okay, so there was a scientist who said if an asteroid took out all of California, which is plausible, or all of France, the amount of life that was lost. Easy, God damn it! You just got on me
vote for
about
that.
freedom of speech, you
Let's have a
cocksucker.
poll.
Okay.
France. Okay. Yeah.
So,
I don't know. It's a bit nearby, mate.
Yeah.
right?
Well, you know.
What
You
you
know,
going
you
on
don't
about,
shit in
Chris?
your own
Isn't it?
backyard, do you?
Oh,
Come
Chris, what you going on about,
So-
Chris?
So the science says that, and this was science and spiritual belief, that the amount of lives lost would affect the entire world and change the tide for something different. They didn't say if it was going to be better or worse, but they said that amount of souls lost,
Yeah, affects.
it affects the entire planet.
Well, the
Because
price of red wine would rocket.
Oh, fuck yeah.
And
who knows
We'll
how
be
it,
okay
how would
then.
it affect us? How would it affect
God
us?
knows.
We don't even know. We're talking millions of people lost in a flash.
We think about it. The whole thing is it's on a tightrope.
Lineages.
We got-
Lineages.
You got possible shit coming out of the sky that could alter the Earth in such a way you'd never get over it, and also the actual Earth we're standing on. Is it Yellowstone Park?
Mm-hmm.
Super volcano?
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
she
Yeah.
went up, fuck it, we're all
We're
done.
all fucked.
We're all
Yeah,
done.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And there it is sitting there going, yeah, maybe not today. We'll see what tomorrow's like. Do you know what I mean? So, and there's nothing we could, not a thing we could do about it for all our wonderful advances that we, pride ourselves in.
Right.
Don't worry about it if you can't do it about it.
Well,
There's no
exactly.
point
But
worrying about
it also, I think, sometimes makes people think, "Oh, let's not bother about anything. Just
Mhm.
let's lay here and just be stupid until it's time to die."
Well, yeah. There's a lot of people doing that anyway.
And it is exactly, that's what I mean. So, we've got televisions in our homes, and all this stuff is broadcast in, and good television is doom and gloom. And by God, you get enough of that.
Let's be fair. The whole of this chat that's listening to this, and listening to me in a minute. We're all creative people, and we do stuff. So if you ask, what do you do? Oh, I write music.
Yeah,
that's a really unusual thing. Most people just go through life.
Not even 1% of the world
in a shit job and then watching shit TV.
Right.
That's all they do.
Right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And musicians aren't even 1% on this globe,
No.
which is
And
fascinating.
look what they've done to the music business.
Oh, yeah, that's crippled.
That's not what it was.
No.
I don't
But
think it's even. I mean, is music still even a culture at this point? I mean, to us it is, but is it looked at it that way on the grand scheme of things, or is it just a pastime and a hobby that people do?
I know there are musicians, old musicians, back in the day when I was younger, who considered things like synthesizers not proper music. And as for working out of doors and computers running things, they go, "Oh, that's not music.
right.
Music is wood and brass and
hmm
string and skin and stuff like that. So we've moved on, but
We occupy the same niche as a court jester.
yeah,
Oh, entertainment.
We are
value.
entertainment. That's it. That's it.
yeah, but not necessarily have to do it for any kind of monetary kind of benefit.
Mhm.
Right. But they even taken music to be in a negative light. It's very hard to find positive light in this life unless we're talking to people like us or in the chat or the friends you make, because ultimately the friends you make are who you are in life. People can look at your friends and go, "Oh, I know exactly who he is. I'm talking to one of his best friends."
Mm.
It's so hard to find positive people in life, but that's the thing. They're there. Every time I go outside here in Indiana, and I'm just speaking for myself, or Lamar's with me, or the wife is with me, I haven't run into any negative people. Now, we don't know anything about their personal lives, but I do know everything about the first impression of someone whether they're a stranger or not. When you say hi to someone, they say hi and they're moving on. It's never anything that I ever hear or see on the media, how we're all at each other's throats and everyone is so unhappy and this world is going to shit and this country is doing. Every time we're in, it seems like the most pinnacle point of hatred. Anytime I go outside, and fuck, I'm in the middle of nowhere, Indiana, where it should be, the hate and everything should be alive and well by many standards. The KKK was born no more than 10 miles away from my home. So I should be seeing it almost every day I go out, hatred and disrespect, but we don't see it. And I don't know if it's because if it's what we're perceiving, is it what we're looking for? Is it like Alan Watts said, is it the laws of attraction where our energy is just focused on a particular person and an environment in this world? You know, I really do believe that there's more positive things than what is being portrayed on the media, in the music, in movies.
Oh, absolutely. Yes. Absolutely.
On commercials and political life, in religious form. There's just these fanatics that are throwing us
that
forward.
just hold
Right.
Those are the people that hold the keys, and that's all you get a chance to see. That's called control. It's like the whole mind control thing. The people don't own a satellite where they can project what the people truly think.
But who will watch it? Who will watch positivity all day on TV?
You?
No, I'm just saying.
I'm just saying. There's people like you just said it.
Yeah.
Those people are out there, and they would watch it.
Who much rather sit and watch the Kardashians?
Never seen it.
I've never seen that shit.
Okay, exactly. We don't watch it either.
Never seen it.
But fucking housewives and Judge fucking Judy and people being judged all.
I've seen Judge Judy before.
Yeah.
I don't watch it, but I've seen an episode of it.
Right.
But a lot of people
like
watch
it.
That shit.
They like that shit.
Who's going to actually sit and watch a TV program based on, okay, look, this is how you should eat. I recommend you should work out this amount of times a day and beware of certain things in your life that are leading you to, self-destruct. And here's how you better your relationship with your wife. Here's how you better your relationship with your family. Here's how you be a true friend to whoever you have in your environment. And did you know how to save money and make things work for you? And let us show you the proper ways of banking and saving. And did you know what a CD account was? And you don't have to work till the end of your career. Like there's no major programs like that on public networks right now in the mainstream, holding the mainstream light at 6 p.m. This is what you're going to get.
Right.
You
have to root it and find it out on YouTube and go to certain channels, and you have to physically look for it. They're not going to readily project.
It's always manipulation. It's always chase the material. It's always a consume, acquire these. Ooly, Behringer. You got to buy. Buy Friday, Black Friday.
Somebody said that Uli was going to recreate Walt Disney. It was going to be a Behringer clone.
It's going to clone him.
Yeah.
And cheaper.
And cheaper. But it's amazing, it's hard.
It's like when they were talking about garnishing people's pensions here, they said the reason they had to do it was because, and I quote, because people are living longer. And it was going to be more of a burden on the purse. And I had a couple of friends who said, yeah, I can understand that if people are living longer. And I'm going, excuse me, if they're living longer, they need the pension at the fucking price it was then, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
If they're going to be living longer.
We're being penalized for living longer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you go, oh, you're going to live an extra 10 years. All right, well, you're going to have to live on half what you were getting. Sorry?
Mm-hmm. That's the system.
And I'm surprised at how many people went, oh, well, that's all right then. Wait, what?
That's the bit they forget to mention is people are also working longer.
Mm-hmm.
Working longer.
And people are also paying a hell of a lot more into the system nowadays than what they used to have to pay into the system.
And the pension age has gone up as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then the laughable part, or it's not even laughable, it sickened me, was with that whole thing that I was talking about earlier, with the money getting sent from government overseas to help this country or that country. And hey, don't get me wrong, I'm all for helping other countries, but look after your own first. We had pensioners in the UK over the past 2 winters were having to decide between feeding themselves or heating
Or
themselves.
turning the heating on.
Damn.
People that have worked their whole fucking lives and paid
Right.
into the system.
Yeah.
No, obviously not them all, but a
And that's
good
the
chunk of them.
thanks they get.
And they're basically told, well, you're going to have to pick between. And then the new government came in and said, well, we will make sure the heating, the energy, but there will be no more increases. And as soon as they got voted in, what was the first thing they done? Energy prices back up.
Yep.
Right.
And they also didn't pay the winter payment either.
But
No,
that's part of
the-
your. But that's part of your Congress, right?
Yeah.
For the states, it's a $200,000 a year job. How the fuck do they get 20 million a year?
Yeah.
Think about that.
Yeah.
How did they come out so rich?
Yeah, exactly.
Bureaucrats and lobbyists. You're corrupted the moment you get in. You may go in with a good heart, but 9 times out of 10,
Money will buy your ideas.
yep.
You know what they say should happen for the Congress is they should all go on
Minimum wage.
minimum wage.
Apparently, it's my fault, according to James Dyson.
Yep. I blame Cressy too, James.
Really sorry, guys. Sorry.
Yep.
Oops.
Yeah. Could you imagine our politicians on minimum wage?
No one would want to do the job. It's too stressful.
Yeah, we had a thing a few years ago where when we used to have a thing called the news that actually asked proper questions, and one of the questions they asked, I think it was like the Prime Minister or some MPs, really simple questions. It says, "How much is a pint of milk?" And you will be surprised at how many MPs had no fucking clue how much food costs, even the basic anything. They didn't have a clue how much, because it's not even a thing they think about.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, whereas for other people, that's the thing they think about when they go shopping. Think, oh, I can't afford that.
Mm.
It's a lot when
Oh,
I
if
go
I-
out
if
and
I
buy
that, I won't
food.
be able to get that.
You've got a certain amount of money that you want to spend on food, so I can't afford that this week. I'll get that. I'll get that instead. That'll have to do.
Yeah.
You know.
That was my childhood, mate. Watching my mum go, well, if we have the cake, then we'll have to get less carrots and you can't have any apples.
Well, yeah. Or for me, like you go out thinking, if I could buy that pack of 4 pies, or I could buy 8 sausages cheaper, that would
Yeah.
last longer. I'll do
That'll
that.
that'll leak me out to the weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bollocks,
Yeah.
isn't it? But, then you got MPs don't even know the price of anything, and they are the people making the decisions on how much things are going to cost you.
Yeah.
Whereas it doesn't impact them at all, ever. It will never impact them. But they are the guys who make the decisions for you.
It's hard to believe that there's people out there who don't know the price of groceries. That's just that's mind-boggling to me.
Yeah.
That they're that detached.
Well, some of the rich don't really care about the price of freaking groceries, right? It doesn't affect them what a gallon of gas costs.
Yeah.
No, they'll task somebody to make a list to get the food that they would have. Then they go off and do it.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You have a housekeeper. They get everything in.
All they'll do is open the fridge and it'll be full.
And I'm not, and I don't have it. I don't have it out for people that worked hard to be rich and they're in a good place. Like, kudos to them.
But those are the people who are making the decisions on the people who can't afford to fill their fridge.
Right.
That's the problem.
And that's my problem. The only problem that I have, I was going to say that, Chris, is just be mindful of the people that are not as fortunate.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's my only concern.
Yeah. I mean,
don't turn your back on where you came from.
Here we are. I don't know anybody's finances here or in chat, but here we are. When someone passes in this community, we all try to find a fucking extra buck or two to help some fucking family we don't even know anything about. For all we know, they can be rich and well off on Jerry's family. But here we are, a community coming together as one, putting in whatever we can put in. If we can't put in anything, we're here.
Yeah.
We're mentally and physically here and sharing a memory of someone and having best wishes to them and their family.
Now, why the rich can't think?
Now, why the rich and politicians
I
can't
ask
think this
myself
way is
all the-
beyond
I ask
me.
myself that all the time. Bezos and Elon and all these trillionaires.
Well, to them, we're the great unwashed.
Basket of deplorables, according to
Yeah.
somebody.
Yeah.
Should like do some quotey things. There has been a couple of occasions where MPs have been brought to task on this, and then went, "Okay, right. For the next week, I'm going to live off whatever the pension is or whatever the like minimum wage is." And they try and do it. Then they go, "Oh shit! What have I decided to do? That's a stupid thing to do." And they learn. There are a few people in power that do learn a proper life lesson. It might only be for like a week or a weekend of doing it, but they go off and do it.
James is right. James is right. Rome failed, but we still hold on to Rome principles.
Yeah.
Right? They were the same, weren't they? I mean, they reigned over the people.
Yeah,
correct.
Chris, you might remember this MP. I think it was. I wonder if it was Jonathan Akins. We had this beef scare.
Oh, he went off and yeah,
and to alleviate the public. No, there isn't any. What was it called?
it's mad cow disease, wasn't it?
Yeah,
it
mad
was
cow
mad
disease,
cow,
right?
yep.
And he was trying to say that there isn't any mad cow disease. And to prove this, he bought a burger, but got his little
eat
daughter
it.
to eat it.
Yeah,
Go,
exactly.
yeah, eat that and show to
That's
people that
what- yeah.
it's fine.
Fuck.
Yeah.
That's
So,
fucked up.
but
Isn't it?
yeah, although politicians probably don't actually give a shit about their paychecks either, because they're rubbing shoulders with all the oligarchs and all the people that actually do have the money and run the country.
Right.
But I think it was something like I can't remember who it was now. I can't remember his name, but it was this Conservative MP. He didn't do a great deal. He worked 2 or 3 days a week and all the rest of it. He was on like 273,000 a year,
Yeah.
and it was like to work 3 days a week.
I think the major issue we've got with people that are in power, and this is changed over time to be a thing now, is that they go to school, come out of college, go to university, and then become an MP. They never actually have a real job. They've only ever been an MP as a job. They don't know what a real job is about.
Yeah.
A day-to-day job. So it's hard for them to. It's not hard. It's impossible for them to put themselves into the shoes of an everyday person. They've never been an everyday person.
No.
They've gone from school to MP. They've never done a job of being accountable for what they're about to do.
So they were groomed not to be one of us.
Well, no,
Yeah,
they come from rich. They were, especially the Conservatives. They come from rich families and all this sort of thing, and they've never had a want for anything. They don't know what it's like to be hungry or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're put in charge of deciding what we should and shouldn't have.
And the other thing is,
So disenfranchised, it's ridiculous. The most unqualified person to do that job.
well,
Right.
that's the other thing I was about to say. That even in the older days, it was you usually got someone in business, then became a MP. Nowadays, because they just end up being an MP. They are the ideal person not to be an MP.
Yeah.
Because they haven't got any grounding in reality.
Chris,
And
mate,
the other thing is, there are certain lists of things now that you get pushed to the top of the list because you're in a tick box.
Yeah.
Mm.
You've ticked that box and ticked this box, therefore you're the next person to be an MP. Not that you're the best person to choose, just that of the tick boxy things that raises you to the top. Doesn't mean you're going to be any good at the job.
Mm.
You've not proven yourself to be good at that potential job. You're next in line to get promoted.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, you know as well as I do, mate, that this happened. Liz Truss, when she did did all the budget and everything like that, and we lost £44 trillion overnight, she still got her wages at the end of the week and go, here's a check. Right? You try losing £44 trillion, see how far you fucking get.
Mm-hmm.
There's a whole load of people who fail upwards, don't they?
Yeah.
And continue to fail upwards.
Yeah, but they don't get prosecuted here. If
No,
you're
no,
if
no,
if
no,
if,
no.
if you're in debt through a credit card company,
Yeah.
they come after you and they'll garnish whatever they can, right? But
Yeah.
who keeps the fucking the treasurer of the states in balance? What
Well,
happens
they mark
when
their own
when
homework,
you're
mate? Don't they?
right?
They mark their own homework. No, I'm fine. Yeah, you're fine.
Exactly.
Yeah.
When your country is in
I think
debt,
it was backs. You know what I mean? Off they go.
exactly. Who's
Cool.
keeping the country in check?
Right.
Then who do they report to when they're delinquent?
Right.
Does the US have inheritance tax?
Do we have an inheritance tax?
Mm-mm.
We do.
I
Yeah.
don't think so.
Yeah.
I never even heard of that.
Because if I inherited something and I owe like back support or child support, they can't take that from me because it's an inheritance.
Although
They can't.
in the
They
UK,
can't
if
even
it's-
touch it, right?
If it's
it's over.
for
I think it's over in
retirement.
the UK.
Oh.
If it's over 350,000. So basically, if your parents or whoever it may well be, that they work their whole lives, pay all their taxes,
Yeah.
and if they so happen to pass away, that they can leave you something, because what the UK do as well is they will not give them any kind of support as far as old folks' homes or anything like that, care homes, without selling the house and using the money from the sale of your house to pay for all that.
Yeah.
If you manage to leave anything after all that to your family and it's over £350,000, there's an inheritance tax that goes on that.
Yeah.
So the government tax what you've actually
Look
managed
that
to.
up.
It's
Yeah,
just
well-
shit.
Well, I
Yeah.
know federally there isn't any,
Mm.
but it always goes state by state.
Yeah, the structure
Just
is
like
okay.
there's certain states where it's better to retire because they don't tax your retirement.
Yeah, that's
odd, isn't it,
structural
Scotty,
saying the
that,
same
that
thing,
you
Marlon.
work hard, and as you work hard, you get taxed for that money. And
Yeah.
and if you decide not to spend that money that you've been taxed on, you keep that money, then you get taxed on it
You
again.
get taxed on it again.
It's
Yeah.
like, what? Who
But
thought
then-
that was a good idea? What the
But
fuck?
then,
you
but
got
then
some people that can
if you
leave
earn
school
a
and never work.
ridiculous amount of money, you pay less tax.
Yeah, but you get an accountant then, and they'll squirrel it away somewhere else.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah.
how
True.
that works.
True story.
Yeah,
Yeah.
avoiding-
Yeah.
Sorry,
It's called
accountant.
avoiding. Yeah, it's called avoiding
No,
taxes.
it's true.
It's
Yeah.
called the
True, yeah, it is
Seychelles.
true, yeah.
Mhm.
But here's you have a law that's always baffled the hell out of me, right? In America, of this
Just
you have
one?
to be- well, one particular one that always makes me go, "Muh?" And I've heard somebody argue this one as well. But you have to be 21 before you can drink alcohol legally,
Mhm.
right?
Right.
And the guy gave this reason. He said the reason for this is because we don't want drunk, 18-year-olds running around with guns. They go, hang on a minute, but you will sign them up for the army and give them a fucking gun at 18 and
Mhm.
send
Right.
them over waters to get shot at, and that doesn't bother you.
Mhm.
Correct.
God bless America.
You can fight for your country,
Exactly.
risk your life, come back, and you can't have a fucking beer.
I think
Right.
you can drive in America at 16 years old as well. Is that correct?
No. They
No,
changed
no.
it.
It was 16.
It was 16. Now,
Get a learner's
legally, you can drive at the age of 18. You can get a license at 16 and 17, but you have to be accompanied by a legal adult.
Yeah, they call it a learner's permit.
A learner's permit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Over here it's 17.
Well, they
watching-
still have the learner's permit, but then at the age of 16 and 17, you can actually get a driver's license,
Oh, okay.
but you cannot operate that vehicle without a legal of age person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
However, I've watched an awful lot of those
those.
dash cam videos, and most of the people causing the shit are middle-aged
Yeah, pretty
and
much.
not kids.
Pretty much.
all
Yeah.
the ones I see on YouTube. That's why I got my dash cam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that is why you got
Yeah.
your dash cam. And as soon as you got his dash
We
cam,
had an accident on it. It saved me from an accident.
and we had to do CPR on
Yeah.
a woman who lost her face in the motorcycle accident, who we knew who she was, but we didn't know who she was until it was reported in the news because her face was missing.
Have you
Oh,
have you really
Jesus.
got a porch pirate epidemic epidemic in
I think there's the porch pirate stuff is huge
Yeah,
in
it
the
is.
cities,
Yep.
where the homes
What's
are
the
really.
porch pirate? What's that?
It's where
Packages get dropped
it's
off.
your Amazon parcel or something
Yeah.
like that.
yeah,
Any
okay.
FedEx or any
FedEx,
package
UPS.
that's left. Yeah.
Any
Even-
parcels or anything
yeah.
left on the doorstep, and they creep up
Yeah.
and
It's gotten to the point now where people are now starting to do these.
Bait 'em.
They're starting to bait these little fucking
Yeah.
bees.
Oh, I've
and-
seen videos of that actually.
Yeah.
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 And now that's a whole big YouTube short thing where they actually, some people are taking it a little too far. I think one homeowner got sued because he put in gunpowder and a couple of shotgun bird rounds to go off, and it peppered this whole dude's face. But hey, that's what you get
Yeah,
when you want to
well,
steal
yeah,
someone's package.
Exactly.
A lot of people use these garage
Fuck around and find
these-
out.
Fuck around and find out.
these one-time key codes for people's packages to get delivered. It's starting to be a bigger trend because now when you drop your packages off, they'll get a key code to the garage and you have to sit and wait. And
okay.
and a lot of people are doing that.
They're
now.
signing up for
Yep,
that.
and they have
Yeah.
these boxes now.
I've seen people build boxes
Mhm.
where it has a code, and
Yep.
each like FedEx, UPS, Amazon gets a specific code, and
Yeah.
it only opens up enough for that size of package,
Mhm.
so you can only put it in. But it's like the mailboxes around in the cities. You know how you can only put something in, and you can never take anything out because
Right.
of the way it is.
Mhm.
And they're building those boxes.
And now you don't even need to
Yeah.
put in the code. You just get close with your phone
Uh-huh.
and it pops
and
open.
yeah.
Pops
You just
open.
got to make sure it closes.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Weird
Forest,
planet.
yeah,
It's a
fair,
really
really,
weird
isn't it?
planet we live on.
Again,
Yeah.
so how far is human civilization going to make it?
To use the name of your channel, what you're doing there is you're fixing the symptom, but you're not actually fixing the problem.
right.
Right.
Or you're
With that,
talking
with-
about the.
You're not making better people that don't be porch pirates. You're making boxes because there are porch pirates.
right.
Well, because
Right.
you can't change the person, right? That's something
And-
that's out
yeah.
of your
And
control.
now, but look at Amazon. They wanted to go with drones to drop off packages. Well, they had to stop doing that in the
Mhm.
South
Yeah.
because the rednecks devised of EMP guns,
Mhm.
and they're shooting the drones down out
Yeah.
of the sky, and they're losing a lot of money when their drones don't make it to the destination, and there's a missing package on there. Because say what you want about redneck ingenuity, they're very smart, and they're supposedly they're daring Elon Musk to make mechanical robots to put in every home. They got plans for that too.
Mhm.
Wait. You're saying that Cletus is smart.
Oh,
Yeah.
Cletus is a very,
Cletus has always been
yeah,
smart.
Cletus.
I
Well,
see.
That's how we got our moonshine. That's how we got our bourbon.
that's how Cletus.
They're
feeds-
resourceful.
Yeah.
Oh, they
Very,
can, they
very,
can feed themselves in the
very.
South. They don't need to depend on.
And they shut that Amazon giant shit down in the South. Like, you're not pulling that shit here.
There's a
You're going to use people.
speaking of changing people, I was watching this morning in El Salvador. There's this prison called the CECOT or the CECOT, CECOT. It's the
Mhm.
it's the most secure maximum prison in the world, and it's for the worst of the worst. It normally houses MS-13 and or 18th Street gangs, El Salvadorian gangs that took over the country. Right, it was like literally 80%. The country was corrupt and violent. Since that prison has been introduced, and the Americans pay 6 million a year to keep it going. 2% crime rate in El Salvador, from 80%
Mhm.
to 2%. And when you go to this prison, you don't get out. There's innocent people in there
Mhm.
that will never see the light of day.
Damn.
And I urge you to watch a few of these documentaries
Uh-huh.
on this prison.
Yeah.
There's no covers, there's no comforter, everything is still, there's no escaping.
Yeah.
The food is the same every day. Your drink may change, but you're not even allowed to fight, have conflict. And the MS-13 and the 18s, they all share a cell, which they were killing each other out in the streets.
Mhm.
But all that is gone now.
Mhm.
And they're saying the only way to cure the world of its crime so you can stop all this shit, is to keep them in cages where they belong because they'll never change.
Good God.
Case in point,
Yeah.
they put one dude in their solitary confinement, 15 days, pure dark, can't even see your hands. He's so corrupted, this dude, so violent. After 15 days in that cell, it broke his ass.
Mm.
It broke him, literally. But
Did
do
you
they
see what Crazy Rabbit wrote?
But do they let him out? Hell no, they don't let him out. They
Banning
keep,
self.
No.
they keep him in there.
Kent's cock was the most secure at one time.
Oh shit!
When I
Yeah.
read that and I went, oh yeah, I did say that in public, didn't
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, you did. So there you go, Kent.
Yep.
To get rid of all the evil doers out there,
That's
they
wild.
got to go to a maximum
But
prison.
I mean, do you think people can be rehabilitated?
I don't know.
Oh, I
Some-
think so.
I don't know. Some of these dudes I was looking at, looked like
Sometimes
they were-
crazy is crazy.
Yeah, sometimes it's just a mental thing that you cannot get past.
I've looked at certain horses and like, oh, this horse is just fucking retarded.
Yeah.
You're not coming back from bonkers land.
Nuh-uh.
I don't think certain people can be rehabilitated to come back into society.
No, I'm not saying that everybody can be. I'm
Right.
saying that there are people who can.
Oh yeah,
and
I
have,
agree with that.
Can
I
and
agree.
have.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
But it's the thing is whether you can remove the thing that made them go into crime. And 9 times out of 10, when people do go out into crime, is because of they got no fucking money, no prospects, nothing going for them.
Mm.
So unless you can give them something,
That
they're
was
not
every,
going to be, because they're only doing that because they couldn't do what it was they wanted to do.
it's
in the
funny
first
you
place.
said that because they interviewed one of the dudes there at that prison, and he said, because I had a mother who was poor and I didn't have a father or any direction, the gangs picked me up, and that's
Yeah.
what fed me.
Yeah, it's society is creating this.
Mm-hmm.
And then society is pushing it into a little box so they can forget about it.
Yeah, literally push it into a fucking box with others and forget about
As
it.
long as they don't have to change. And
Exactly.
let society keep on creating them and then just pushing them into the box.
Well, it's a money system
Yeah.
too, right? And why?
Yeah.
And why the U.S. is paying for an El Salvadorian prison to be built and ran? Who knows? $6 million a year.
What was that place in that jail in India called Vesperan?
Oh yeah, didn't we see something on that?
Vesperanza.
Or where they couldn't talk.
Yeah, they send you to this place to be rehabilitated.
Mm.
And it's a jail where everyone wears the same thing.
Mm.
And the only rule is you cannot say one word. So if you have a sentence for a year, the inmates are closely monitored. And many of the inmates sign up to go to this facility to be rehabilitated into the world. But once you're in, if you break the rule, you go back to maximum confinement with the rest of the hooligans. But if you decide to go to I can't pronounce
It's-
the word.
I think it's Vipassana. Vipassana.
Put it in chat. Maybe somebody can pronounce it better. But once you get in there, you can't speak. And I think it said it had almost a 100%
Success rate or
success
something? Yeah.
rate. And at the end of your term, they all gather in this huge facility. And the warden comes out and says, okay, who wants to speak first? How many people do you think speak first? None of them.
None of them probably.
None of them want to say anything. They all rejoice. They all cry. And they all take off. Here's the thing that perplexed my brother and my wife and I is, what's the study on them when they leave? Like they say,
Popped up.
right? I think some of them have fractured minds. Like it might have fucked some up.
Yeah,
It may have healed some people and they walked away with a spiritual understanding of what just happened. But what really took place in the jail of silence?
I think that jail is named after a specific meditation practice.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
No, that makes sense.
But it,
Solitary confinement is mentally disabling. You'll go nuts if you're in solitary confinement. There are certain rules within prisons which some governments ignore, that after you're only allowed to be in solitary confinement for a certain amount of days, and then you have to be put back into some sort of circulation. It's against human rights, sort of thing. But some governments ignore it,
Yeah.
even though they're signed up to the human rights convention. They ignore it.
But that's if that person can be changed. Like some people that go to that Indian prison, it doesn't affect them because they're mentally fucked.
Roy Droid voice saying it's called "Shut the Fuck Up" meditation.
Word. But is that
highly effective?
okay? But is that better than going to a prison where you could possibly be killed, raped, stabbed daily? You know, is it better than the prison of high violence?
But is it better than the outcome of what you put yourself in there? You killed a multitude.
I don't think they get the choice to choose, do they?
Right.
No.
If you kill a family,
Well, some do choose to go in.
if you
and do
kill
it.
a family of people, do you get
Yeah.
a choice of where you get to go rehabilitate?
Yeah, that's true.
Electric chair can be
Depends on where you are in the pecking order and all.
Mm.
Some people, it's going to be a breeze.
Wagyu said there's a monkey prison for monkeys that misbehave, that are violent.
I bet. Chimpanzee.
Damn, we're all fucked.
We're fucked.
We're fucked. Royally, properly.
Roy Droid Voice says he checked out a couple of other YouTube channels and their audio sounded fine to him.
Depends.
Yeah,
on
but are they running
Depends if they're using
StreamYard or not?
StreamYard, they
Yeah.
might be using OBS.
Not you.
Yeah.
Not YouTube.
Riverside. Yeah.
Mm.
No, it's
No,
definitely not YouTube.
I think he was talking about they're using StreamYard and it sounded good.
They might be starting
Claire-
to fix it.
Yeah.
Maybe
We don't
fix
know.
it. Ken, play your keys on your left and see if they come through in stereo now. No, still mono.
Mono.
Still mono.
Turn ours up. Let's.
Well, for us, it's
There.
Yeah.
Right there.
Hmm.
Welcome to the 1920s.
Yeah, we got what 78 RPM here, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, if the StreamYard is fixed tomorrow, we'll do popcorn night tomorrow. If it's not, then we'll move
Yeah.
it to Sunday. If it's still not fixed by Sunday, it will have to wait till next Friday.
Yeah. Try to reconnect again or just take us out and bring us back in. Maybe there was a rolling fix.
I checked before I came in here. They're still working on it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so they are aware of the problem now.
Yeah. Hmm.
well,
Yeah,
StreamYard is
And I
big.
think they were aware on it earlier because, like I said, when I came in this morning to set up the lives, there was that big, huge,
Message.
yeah,
Yeah.
mhm,
Yeah. Something's
saying
gonna-
that they know that there's an issue and they're actively trying to work to fix it. So
Yeah.
they know there's a bug.
Manny says if it's not fixed, just shout from the rooftops.
Mono.
Well, look, if it's not fixed tomorrow for popcorn night, why don't we just all write some 1920s songs? Then it won't
Oh, that'd be
it
cool,
sound more
yeah.
authentic.
Ooh, the swinging year,
There
huh?
you go.
Yeah.
man. Play that shit,
No
mono.
fun.
Shit.
Bop, 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 and all that.
Hello, my darling. Hello, my darling. Hello, my ragtime
Yeah,
gal.
wow. Get the old microphone out. You darling.
Yep.
Oh, all that.
Okay, I think we just got a challenge.
Was that the Epiphone?
No, monsieur. No.
No.
What was that record, or what was the thing called when you spinned it and it played the music? Is it Epiphone? Was it? No. What was that called?
Gramophone. Is it
Yeah.
gramophone?
No. He's talking about the thing on the street.
No. You had it in your house. Oh, I guess it was on the
That
street
was a
too. Yeah.
gramophone. That was a
Yeah.
gramophone. It was clockwork.
It was-
The
Yeah.
thing you
Yeah.
used to have on the street where you hurdy-gurdy.
Yeah, hurdy-gurdy.
Mm.
It's
He
still
was,
on
he
one
was a
pole.
mushroom man, wasn't he?
He probably was. To stand on the street with a one-legged bloody musical instrument.
The hell is a Victrola, Royd?
Victrola is a brand name, I think, for suitcase record players.
Oh.
Oh, right, okay.
A Calio?
Yeah, my boy Lollipop was available on 78.
You'd
It's
know.
a wind up
I did.
78
I had it.
RPM record player.
Oh, so that's what he
Yeah.
has. Yeah.
Mm.
So you wind it up.
That's what me nan had.
Yeah. Well, how long would the wine last, though?
Oh, quite a while. Like a clock. It would do probably
Spring thing, isn't it?
4, 5, 78s.
It's
But
not.
you
It's
can-
not.
you
It's
can
not
also
spring
wind it up
soak
while it was
thing, it's
working
a
as
spring
well.
thing.
It didn't change the speed just because you were winding it up.
Oh, okay. It's just
You could just wind it any time you wanted.
mm,
She had it's a red one with a big horn. The big brass.
Oh,
horn.
nice.
Yeah, real nice one it was.
I'm gonna go take me a pain pill. My fucking leg is starting to burn right now in a antibiotic.
Shit.
that dog fucked you up. That's
up
fucked
properly.
up, man.
Mm.
Yeah, it sucks. I was really looking forward to popcorn night and working on this, getting this bass down on this. But hey, shit happens for a reason. I very much enjoy the conversation.
Well,
Yeah, the
tomorrow-
chat's been good. The chat's been good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
involved.
I must admit that if they do get this fixed and we do have popcorn night tomorrow, we will all be really appreciating how stereo and wide it is.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Wow, that song was so wide.
Everyone apart from Kent, that is, because his
Oh, yeah.
ear's still
So, like,
fucked.
Everything was over here.
So then we can't trust anything Ken says.
No, we
No,
can't.
no. You
at
never
all.
could anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. And why would you ever think that, anyways?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I was trying to give him the
Uh-huh.
benefit of the doubt. You want to hear
Aw.
something hilarious?
Huh.
I just came across male bees die almost immediately after mating with the queen. That's basically their life cycle. Honey,
Mm.
nut, and Cheerio.
Oh, damn.
It's not a bad life. It's not a bad life. It's not a bad life at all. There's no worries. You got what you
Nut-
accomplished.
They shagged the queen.
No.
Come on.
Yeah. Go and shag the queen.
Oh,
I don't see
gosh.
how that's a bad life at all.
Yeah.
Straight to the point.
Wow.
Honey nut
Yeah.
Cheerio.
James Dyson said, "Things got so bad here, I am willing to sacrifice."
Shit.
Oh dear.
That was too funny. I love how they named all the cereals, though. Honey
Yeah,
Nut and then
yeah,
Cheerio.
Yeah.
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 That was clever.
Okay, for Ideation of Men, the second channel, I need 10 more subscribers so I can go live outdoors on the cell phone.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh, well, where's the link then?
let's get that
Oh.
link back up again.
Coming.
2 seconds. Oh, you
You
did
got it,
that.
got it?
Cool.
Oh, wait, I'm getting it or you're getting it?
I'll get it. I'll get it. It's
Okay.
cool.
I don't give a shit who gets it. Just get it.
I just need 10 more subscribers. I do believe the Synth Samurai is going to come on with us, and he's going to be doing workouts with us, encouraging everyone, if you are wanting to participate, to be healthy,
Uncle
Um,
Chrome, yes, of course.
Move your body.
I'm in it. I can't click on it there, can I?
move your body. Half God, half beast, and David, aka as Sif Stripe, they have joined. It's a 2-month program, and they have just joined on day 2. They did really great. I don't know what type
Well,
of condition
I
half
thi-
God, half beast is going to be in the morning.
It was hilarious because as soon as he came into the chat, he's like, "My legs are sore."
Oh, just wait till tomorrow and the
Yeah.
next day, Bicky.
Asif had a. He
Lamont,
had
how many do you need?
I just-
50 to go live on the phone.
yeah.
Well, you're on 49 now.
Oh, nice!
sweet.
Yay! So we need.
One
we
more
just need
person. Come
more.
on. One
Yeah,
more
we
person.
did, we
Come on,
did share it
somebody.
earlier as well, so there's maybe been a few people tonight that have.
One more
Nice.
person.
Yeah.
Come on. Do it.
James subbed.
Kent will be the 50th.
53 now.
Oh,
see,
yay! Okay,
Thank
now
you,
now
everyone.
you can go
Free
live
now.
on your
There
phone.
you
Yeah.
go.
So that channel is literally going to be based on the betterment of the mind and body. And we're going to hold talks which really aren't confined. We could do a little bit of political and a little bit of
Vicky.
religion as long as it's on solid ground.
Vicky said, "My legs still hurt."
And they will.
Poor Vicky.
Biscuit did great.
I wonder
though.
if Vicky's for these next like 2 days, maybe
Uh-huh.
2.5 days, because they
Mhm.
still might be sore on Monday. If he's literally going to be cursing you out,
he might be.
yeah.
And that's the thing
Wait,
for
wait till you try to sit on the toilet.
right.
That's
but
gonna
that's
be
the
fun.
thing. That's the thing for David and half God, half beast. You're gonna be really sore, but don't stop the workout. Don't stop the stretching. You gotta push past it. Sooner or later, you won't be
body will
sore
get- yeah.
anymore. But Vicky, you really surprised me. We got like, I think we were just doing the warm up, and Vicky said,
He said,
"My
"You
legs
broke-"
are jello already."
Yeah.
I said,
That's
we just started."
That's a good thing.
Vicky said, "You broke me."
So
Yeah.
yeah,
fair
Leotard.
play though, Becky. Well done for going into that.
Yeah.
Fair play.
Yeah.
Good job. Vicky,
it
taking the
says
first
a
step.
lot about
For
Biscuit.
real.
does.
Yeah.
Because his eating habits, I know from what he's telling us, he's spot on most of the time about the eating habits. And
I'll catch you guys later. I'm in pain.
Okay.
All right.
It's been such a blast to have David, aka a Sif, and Biscuit Moon to join in. The Synth Samurai came in. Thank you to Hans Vogt for commenting. And Hans Vogt went back and watched that damn thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's all about betterment, putting yourself to the challenge. I'm still waiting on Cressy and Scotty to get in there with their workout clothes and
You
No.
do not want to see me in spandex.
just wear shorts and a shirt.
I'll just look like a space hopper.
What the fuck is a space hopper?
You must have
Oh, you have to
space
Google
hoppers
it.
in the
Google
USA.
space hopper.
Google it.
They're like
I gotta see it.
inflatable balls with
Be
two
careful how
handles
you
on the
Google
top
it though.
and
There are
sit on
some
and
strange
bounce.
looking space hoppers.
Yeah, that's true.
They're like they've got like a
They
smiley
had them,
face.
no, they
on
had them in
and-
America, but they must have been called something else.
Moon hoppers, I think. they're
Moon
called.
hoppers or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, Synchrotron. What do you mean you won't be working out anytime
Oh,
soon?
it's the ball, babe. The remember
Show
how
me
you,
the
me a
horns.
picture. Bring it over.
okay, hang on.
I
Not
think the
the
American ones, the handles were like horns and it had a little face on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so did ours. Ours had a face as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah,
it's
but not
quite
like
nice.
the American one did. It was sort of looked like a devil or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Apollo. I wouldn't suggest.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
That's them.
I wouldn't
Mhm.
suggest you join if you're still drinking, Apollo. Oh yeah.
Look
Okay.
at
There's
they-
Andy.
Oh, it's babe. I forgot what they were.
There are
called.
some dodgy versions of that as well. They're not horns.
The
Yeah.
Pokeball.
They're like those
Pokeballs.
horse toys that they play with.
Yeah, Marilyn,
Yeah.
type in Scottish
Pokeball.
Scottish space ball.
One
Uh,
of
yeah,
my
probably.
friends ended up with a gland problem in one of his. He got testicular cancer and got one testicle removed, but his other one was okay.
Hmm.
And about a year after he had the first one removed, he got a glandular problem in his remaining testicle that he had left. And this thing ended up it was like a grapefruit. His nutsack was like a grapefruit.
Bloody
And his
hell.
nickname when we were offshore was the one-handled space hopper.
Good God.
I'm sure he appreciated it.
I would have
Oh,
opted to remove that too. Shit.
What?
Someone else made a poster. You'll get this, and so will Cressy, because we made it wasn't a cartoon, it was like a puppet show in the UK way back in the 70s called The Wombles.
Yes.
Somebody had
Orinoco and all
somebody
that
made a poster at the side of Craig's desk. This guy that basically had this massive grapefruit nut, and they had a poster at the side of his desk saying, "Craig, remember you're a one ball."
Oh, what's the substance?
Oh,
The
mate.
substance.
Yeah,
What-
Wagyu said it. I'm just imagining the start of the substance, but with Marilyn, Trusto, and Moser on screen. What is that?
Don't know.
Well, I think he's talking about the ideation the men workout.
What's the substance though? Is it a
No,
TV
but what's
show or
the
something?
substance?
Oh, I don't know. The substance of
The substance 2024 film.
Oh, film.
Don't know. Never heard of it.
Hmm.
Not. haven't heard of
I'm
it.
afraid to look.
leave
to
it
see
to
what
Wagyu to
it's-
say some eyeball shit.
It's a horror sci-fi.
Oh, it's a movie.
Oh,
I
okay.
think Synchrotron and Monkey Monger are saying it's a movie.
Yeah, it is.
It's a horror film.
Demi Moore, she's all right.
Demi Moore.
Oh, she was.
Doom's been a bit of a lurking gherkin tonight, hasn't he?
Who has been lurking gherkin?
Yeah.
This is kind of. It looks a bit cheesy.
Does it?
I like cheese.
Bring it over. Let me look at it. You do like cheese.
I do.
So does
Fuck,
Cat.
So does my cat though. She's
Yeah.
Yeah,
went
cats
tonight.
love cheese, don't they?
Yeah,
cat
cheese
used to
pickle and
adore
brown
cheese.
bread, apparently. Yeah.
Yeah.
The
My
whole
cat
fucking
Whitney
lot.
used to love a bit of cheddar.
The substance.
Oh, okay.
Never heard of it.
Yeah. Neither
Jesus,
have I.
that dude in the bottom right hand corner looks like me.
This guy over here?
Oh, they got on the right hand side.
Oh, right here. Yeah, yeah.
He's a bit,
This
he's a
one.
bit-
Yeah, I could see the
the
similarity.
resemblance.
Somebody's
Yeah.
been sitting on the radiator.
He's got a back problem, hasn't he, by the look of him? Bless him.
I just sent it to your email.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Scott had me fucking laughing so fucking hard.
Oh,
And it wasn't really
yes.
Scott who really had me laughing. I mean, Scott started it, but it's Kent's fucking laugh that really gets me going.
It kills me.
The man that died 40 years ago.
Mm.
We're going to show you guys something here. I woke up to this because I had a shit night of sleep, and I woke up around 10, what?
No, it was like almost 11.
Almost 11. Like
Yeah.
I literally had no sleep last night. So when I woke up, Scotty sent me something and I immediately just started having gut pains.
And then he showed me and I started dying laughing. I'm like,
and you-
oh my
Yeah,
God.
You couldn't help
Shona.
but to laugh. You couldn't help.
And it was the laughing that got me because it was.
It was yeah, it was the laughing.
So we're going to show you guys something. And
Sorry,
100
Chris. I'm going to apologise to Chris.
Don't
because
tell him now, Scott.
He was in there. He's seen it.
Oh, is it gonna play?
I hope it
though?
plays because it was the funniest fucking thing ever.
And
And I guarantee it would make you guys laugh if we can get this over so you could see it.
Okay, let me see. Let me
It'll
see.
be in
Let me
mono.
see.
And then didn't
In mono, he says. It will be.
Didn't Sam
That's
go
music.
back to find the Bicky story? Wasn't it on episode 107 or something like that? Panda found it. I think he
Yeah.
put it into
Legal
WhatsApp.
story, Yeah.
It does sound super fucking young. Oh yeah.
Okay, here it is.
Okay.
All right, ready?
Check
Hang
this
on.
out.
Let me put it on full screen.
Chris does sound super fucking young though.
Mm-hmm.
I would have never
Wow.
guessed.
It's my upbeat nature. That's what it is.
That's
Yeah.
what it is. That's exactly what it is.
It's my happy-go-lucky outlook on life.
Oh shit! Just what he says it is funny as fuck.
Oh man.
Oh, this Scott goes. That's it. That's exactly right.
I am a happy-go-lucky sort of person. I always try and be the glass is half full rather than half empty type person. Unless you're listening to one of my songs and then the glass is just fucked. It's just been broken.
Yeah. You go, actually, I'm a glass is half full person, but it's full of shit.
Oh, shit. Yeah, it's still half full.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
Cress is his own worst enemy.
I'm all right, mate.
Chris is his own best friend.
He's his own best friend.
Even Monica's laughing.
She's outside, mate. She's left me.
Oh fuck! Oh shit! Oh. Chris is his own best friend.
Pretty much.
Oh shit! Thanks, Scott. Thanks for that.
I'm fired, can I? So I'm fine.
Yeah. Shit. Mm.
Oh. Oh, I think I've moved an organ.
Shit. He didn't even put up an argument. Chris never puts up an argument against himself.
He freaking can't laugh. Killed me. That's what it was. It was Kent's laugh that killed me.
Oh,
Oh man.
Master caught me out. He really did.
Yeah. And then he went, oh, what is that? Oh,
He
man.
was silent for a couple of seconds in, and it's just this.
Yeah. Ah,
Shit.
That was the best.
I wasn't in the right part of my breathing cycle for it when it hit. I got to get some air in. Oh, mate.
Oh, geez.
Mate,
that
I
was
did
the
it to
best.
myself a couple of weeks ago on the pub when I think it was Ian said, he goes, has anybody seen Dark Matter? And
Oh,
I
yes.
went, yeah, I saw it in the bog today. And then, because Matt started laughing so heavily at it, it triggered me. And I was the one that said it. And then right at the end, get breath back and everything. And Matt settled down and I went, that'll teach me not to chew me food. And it set him off again. I love trying to catch Matt out.
Oh,
Shit.
jeez.
Dear.
Yeah. Oh,
That
man.
was hilarious.
It's always amazing. Crest never fucking he never defends himself. He just goes in more. It's funny as
What's
shit.
the point? He says. What's the point?
Jeez.
But it's that beautiful kind of humor where when it's delivered dry.
Mhm.
You deliver it dry, don't you, Chris? It's like yeah, whatever, innit? Sort of thing. And it's just hilarious.
Yeah.
More hilarious because of that.
Yeah.
Crest
I
is
don't
dry.
tell jokes.
No, but
not a
you can
joke
say
person.
things that are
Funny.
Yeah,
Not
like when you
necessarily-
come in and say, it's all right.
yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do they call that humor? It's deadpan, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
dead
yeah,
man.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Yeah.
Big
It's like when you played Supernova, and then you said to Chris, when you said to him, he goes, so Chris, we haven't heard from you. What do you think of it? You go, yeah, I think it's a pretty good song. Because you're all going like, fucking hell, this is brilliant. And you go, yeah, right.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's fucking hilarious.
it's like no emotion. It's
No,
just
none.
it's good. What I said, it's good. Fuck.
Mhm.
Oh,
It's
Just being honest.
Right.
I
It's
laughed
all right.
so hard when he said that. It's
He's
so
just
funny.
like Bicky. Like if you guys never heard Half God, Half Beast speak before, we encourage you to go back to episode 107.
I think I
1
like-
hour and 45 minutes in. Biscuit told the funniest story
Is it 106?
ever to be told on the entire
Yeah, Vicky
Symptoms
said
of
no,
Reality
don't.
program.
Don't. Yeah, do it. It's good.
It's why you hear Scott and Cressy and everyone talk about seagulls and burgers.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He didn't know how good of a story he told and how funny it really was. I don't
It was
remember
hilarious.
how many people were there. It was quite late. But for those of us who were there to hear it, it was an amazing fucking
It's
story.
gold. Right.
Mhm.
Look at
Was
Wagyu
gold.
putting the burger up.
Uh-huh. Yeah, Studio 8 FX said that shit was hilarious.
Scott, if you can screen capture it so we can air it tomorrow, that would be amazing.
Oh yeah.
I
A
can't-
great way to kick
Oh,
off popcorn, wasn't it?
Because it was.
Yeah.
Was that the one that was called? Did you end up calling it Meryl? Did you say it was?
I put
It was
in
the
the
introduction to Becky or something.
yes, uh-huh.
Yeah. Or
Yes.
Becky's introduction or something.
Yep. Mhm.
Yeah. Okay.
There you go.
Yeah,
Perfect.
I'll find it and screenshot it tomorrow.
Okay.
Sorry, Becky. I'm going to apologise already because I'm just going to be.
He said, "Oh no,
Shit,
Dying.
yeah.
Dying.
oh yeah." If we get Crest, Bicky, you know you're not far from your main guy. Crest, why they going on putting you out like that, Chris? I didn't find it funny at all. One bit, Chris.
Oh, hello,
That's
Dick Van
brilliant.
Dyke. Fucking hell.
Oh, yeah.
What part
That
of London
is-
was that? The American part?
It was the Bicky part.
That's too funny.
It was definitely the Bicky part.
It was the American quarter.
Alrighty. Well, what do you say?
Okay, what time are we going to get tomorrow started?
Depends on when we get back from horses.
Okay. we'll try to air that live to see how, because the reception should be good there.
Mm-hmm.
See if we can't get these new ponies on TV.
Yeah.
Should be
Well, at least a little bit of it, because
Yeah.
I have to document a lot of stuff.
should be interesting.
Yeah.
Should be very, very, very interesting.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Oh. Hide your burgers.
All right. As far as I know, Azio Head is the only one who finished the project for the scoring with Kent Spong and the little monkey boy in class.
Good night, Chrome.
I still need to do one. Scott, are you still doing one?
Yes, I'll do one.
Okay. So let's plan for that next Saturday, because it seems like everything is
Being pushed.
around.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll do popcorn night tomorrow if everything goes well.
Yeah, if StreamYard,
Or Sunday,
they
right?
can get their stuff
Yeah.
together.
So we'll push the scoring class till next Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
And popcorn night will be a regular night until you hear otherwise.
Yeah. Hopefully tomorrow.
Okay.
Stupid StreamYard.
Thank you all for showing up. It's been a great talk. Sorry we couldn't get popcorn night off, but shit happens like this when you're
Mhm.
live.
Well, it's out of your hands, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly. And to be fair, StreamYard's been pretty reliable up until
It's
tonight.
it's been really good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, I ain't gonna just say it's shit. I
Mhm.
mean, we could have went to OBS, but everybody knows OBS.
Yeah,
Oh,
and then I wouldn't be able to have all of these guys in because
Right.
the stupid
Yeah.
roadcaster
fun.
issue. Yeah.
it's no fun at all.
Overly bullshit, I think it stands for.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, there's a lot. It's very good when you've got it set up, but oh, mate, getting it set up.
Right. And then it likes to revert to do different
Yes.
shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. Yes, it does. I've been happy with StreamYard. I like StreamYard. The flexibility of it, bringing in people is so much easier.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty straightforward, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
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 Manny's like, what do I do with all this melted butter? Put it back in the refrigerator and
Mhm.
remelt it again.
Yeah, it'll solidify.
It'll solidify. You're
Mhm.
good, Manny.
That's what makes butter so amazing.
Which May 28th, my son graduates high school. He lives in California. We won't be here for a couple of days. So
Ooh.
we're thinking about how we're going to do the lives.
I can still live stream and bring in Scotty and Cressy and talk
Yes.
shit about people.
Yes, that would be amazing if you can bring them in. And then what I was thinking was burning some projects into Ableton and sending Scotty the entire project
Mhm.
and let them mess around with it until we
Oh
get
yeah,
back.
can open up and do like an
Yeah,
arrange
yeah.
or something. can't we?
Mhm.
Yeah, because
Yep.
it would be the same thing if I was here anyways,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
So
just quicker.
Just
Right.
be
way quicker, right? So-
Scott, right? You can't use your mouse, all right? Can you get a trackpad when you use that?
Tracy, look, see that there?
You got one?
Look,
Yeah, okay. You
I actually
take
use
the battery
both.
out of it though, make it a bit harder.
I do actually use both for any kind of zooming and stuff. I prefer the trackpad for the zooming, and then just use the mouse for all the sort of
Right.
selection stuff.
Yeah, I'm learning to do both too.
It's just a matter of getting used to it. That's all.
Yeah,
It is,
Mhm.
yeah.
it is.
Yep.
You are so much quicker now than you were just a few
Oh,
weeks
amazing,
ago. You
yeah.
are super
Yeah.
quick, really. And you're even ahead of us on stuff, and you're going on. I've dropped them
Yeah.
in. Yeah, I've done that. Yeah, I've made the group. It's like what?
Yeah, and sometimes you second guesses before we've even said it, and you're like, oh yeah, I'll go and do that now.
I mean, this still counts, right? Even though my brother and I aren't really on screen, we could still be in chat.
Mm-hmm.
It's still the channel that's going.
Mm-hmm. I'll be here.
And we're
You
doing
know,
your music.
No, that counts. That counts.
Cool.
Yeah.
That still counts.
Marilyn's here.
Yeah,
So,
I'll be here.
and you guys are a part of the channel. So I don't think that's no reason why we couldn't complete 365
We can
days.
do that.
Yeah.
And we're doing your music, so you know.
Right.
Like-
Yeah.
So what are the dates in May, did you say?
So he graduates on the 28th. I'm thinking my brother and I want to be there on the 26th or the 27th. And
Isn't he working?
he's going to get the time off. And then we're going, or I'm not flying by myself. It's just not happening.
Yeah.
And you can't
Mm-mm.
come. So
Do you need him
like-
to
do you
hold
not
your
like
hand
flying?
in the chair then?
I don't fly well.
All
Well,
right.
neither is Sean is the same, eh?
Yeah, I do not fly well.
She's okay.
His arms aren't strong enough.
Well, mate,
She's
you
okay
can
once we
get
get
the
to
workout
altitude,
tomorrow.
the
Flying.
takeoff and the landing.
Oh, it's
Absolutely
all of it. It's all of it. I am terrified. It's the wife knows, and when she's with me, she keeps me occupied in the most weirdest way she can think of, but
Yeah.
it works. She makes sure I'm
Mind
okay throughout
boggles.
the end. I'm just fucking floored. And by the time it's over, believe it or not, I'm so fucking exhausted and I haven't done anything, but I think it's the stress and just the tenseness, and I get claustrophobic just sitting in there and I can't move my legs and we're in the fucking sky and you can't really get up, and it just drives me bonkers. It's like being in a coffin nailed up underneath the ground and people are saying, I'll be there in an hour to get you out.
Yeah.
It's fucking mental.
I used to love flying. Isn't it weird?
My brother has no issues. Wagyu, 0 issues.
No, I thought he did. He still didn't like it, but
he
he does it.
he has no issues like me.
Oh,
He can get on an airplane. He can navigate airports.
He's more not keen than dislike intensely.
Right. He's like, I got to
Yeah.
do it, so I'm going to get it done. Me, I just absolutely dread it.
Sean is always amazed with me because I'll generally, once we're up in at altitude and Sean is calm, that's when I know I can close my eyes and just fall asleep. And we've done, every flight I think that we've done from the UK, we've done 2 to Florida and 3 to Mexico, which are like 8-hour flights each. And I never went to the toilet once when we were on the plane. I just fell asleep and she was like, how the fuck can you get on a plane for 8 hours and not want to go to the bathroom?
Yeah, that's
I'm like, I
insane.
don't know.
that's
Yeah.
difficult too. Like
Mm-hmm.
I went in there, I told Marilyn you guys have to go back to our podcast where I told the story of having to go to the bathroom at 6'5" in this small fucking Delta airline pisser, and it was a shit show.
That was pretty funny.
I didn't even know how to piss in there. I was going to end up pissing in the sink. That's how
Well,
bad it
that's
was.
what I told you. I told you that. Remember?
She said you should have just pissed in the sink.
I said when you came back and you told me you were having so much problems, I'm like, babe, you're tall enough. How come you didn't just pee in the sink?
Right.
Yeah.
See, now my problems are exact the opposite. I have to go on my tippy toes to get into the toilet.
Jesus,
Oh, I'd much rather have that problem, Scotty.
you short fucker.
'Cause I can-
Scotty just
Hey,
needs
whoa,
to
whoa,
wear
whoa, hang on,
stilettos
Marlon.
next time he goes on
I
the
know you're
plane.
only
You'll be
3'2". You can't say that to me.
Oh yeah, I can because I'm only a 5'2". You're a short fucker.
What'd you say, Cressy?
fine. You should wear stiletto heels to be all right then.
Oh shit! There you go.
That's only on Sundays, Cressy.
Okay, yeah.
I bet Scotty has the calves to
Just
prove that
flying
he
on
wears
Sunday
it.
then.
yeah, sorted.
Yeah, yeah.
26th of May, you
Okay,
said, yeah?
I will get you the actual dates as soon as I talk to my mother, and you guys will have that, and I'll burn in like 2 tracks because I'm pretty sure, confident you guys can get us 2 tracks at least somewhat done. Manny, my son is graduating to high school in Victorville, so what we could probably do is my brother and I can drive out to wherever you are. We can meet up and hang out for a few hours. I
Well, that'd be
really,
cool.
yeah, I really miss In and Out, Manny. Let's go somewhere and hang out for a few hours. We're not going to be in California long at all. It's going to be a turn and burn for us.
Is In and Out, is that like a burger place?
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah. I've heard of that.
I haven't had it
Manny,
in years.
he said, Manny said, unfortunately, he's going to be in Switzerland at the end of the month.
Ah, damn. We always keep missing Manny.
All righty. Well, we got some dinner. I got to go cook.
Yeah. It's a brothel, Scotty. In and Out is a
Need to go
brothel.
make new cheese
It's a
sandwich.
brothel.
Yeah. Scott or
Jeez.
Cressy's cat ate his cheese
I
sandwich.
heard.
That twat. I meant Cressy, not the cat.
I'm so
Well.
glad you clarified that
Thanks for that. Thank you.
because I really thought you meant Cressy.
Oh shit! This is where Cressy goes. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it's okay.
It'll be fine.
Yes, David, we ate the popcorn, but there was no film.
Yeah. We're going to do it tomorrow. Streamyard was acting stupid.
And hopefully it'll be on tomorrow. But if not, we'll just wait till the following Friday.
Yeah.
yeah?
hmm
Or
And-
make it 1920s weekend.
There you go. We'll figure something out.
Everyone give David a round of applause and Bicky a round of applause for working out and pushing themselves to do something different for the betterment of themselves. And David's going through some things mentally. Biscuit's been going through some things mentally. He just lost his cat. That was fucked up.
Oh,
But they still came in and they got the job done. Thank you, you two. You made it fun for me to teach the class. I appreciate you guys.
never good.
All righty, everybody.
All right, everybody. Thanks for showing, and hopefully we can get things going off tomorrow.
Yeah.
Love you. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Au revoir.
Bye, Scotty. Bye, Kent. Bye, Cressy.
Bye.
See
Thanks
ya.
for coming on.
Bye all. Bye all.